soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from UPMC Park. We're getting set for the fourth game in this six-game series between the Erie Seawolves and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from Erie, Pennsylvania. The Baysox were handed their second consecutive one-run loss last night. It's always a tough pill to swallow. It being their 16th of the season as well is never fun. 3-2 they fell while striking again in the first inning, getting an early attack across thanks to the help of Cesar Prieto, Hudson Haskin, and eventually Cody Roberts with the RBI. Afterwards, though, they really shut down offensively. Wilmer Flores was able to hold them off the board, only allowing one other runner into scoring position, and that was because of an error. Zach Watson at least put together a good day. He homered in his second consecutive game, a solo shot in the top of the sixth out toward right field, some opposite field attack for Watson, and the Bowie bullpen did pitch well. Connor Loprich, 3 scoreless innings. That's the third scoreless outing for Loprich in his last 4 times to the mound. Ryan Watson, 5 innings, 3 runs in the outing for Bowie, but they just could not hold on when Watson was tagged for 3 consecutive hits in the 5th inning, including an RBI triple by Chris Rubago and an RBI single by Gage Workman. There are the pieces, the bits and pieces there for Bowie at the moment. Again, when you're allowing only 3 runs in a game as a pitching staff, that should be fine. It's just the Bowie offense right now. They're not looking as much the same as they did at the start of the season, and you could obviously lay a little bit onto that, being Gunnar Henderson and Jordan Westberg being called up to AAA, but we're not seeing the lengthy plate appearances turn into walks. We're not seeing the walks turn into runners advancing to second and then maybe third on base hits and then maybe scoring on additional hits. There just haven't been as many walks lately and long plate appearances to knock out starting pitchers early. It's been routine days for a Bowie offense, a regular-looking offense, not an exceptional one when it comes to that approach to the plate. Hopefully that changes, and hopefully today will be the day that it does. Before we talk about the pitching matchup that Bowie will have to face, let's get you started with the numbers for this game. Bowie comes in for game number 67 on the season, a 25-41 record and a 5-game losing streak. The Baysox are 4-6 over their last 10 and 11-22 when playing on the road. The Seawolves come in for game number 67 on the season, a 38-28 record and a 5-game winning streak. Erie is 7-3 over their last 10 and 21-9 when playing in front of the home crowds here at UPMC Park. Bowie is 14 games out of first place right now in the Southwest Division, 6th overall in the 6-team division, and of course, with the first half ending on Sunday, they are eliminated from postseason contention for now, but remember the standings will zero out come Tuesday when the Baysox return home to face off against Richmond. Next closest team to Bowie is Harrisburg, who is in 5th place and 11 games out. The Seawolves are only 1 game out of first place in the Southwest Division at the moment. They're tied for second with the Richmond Flying Squirrels, identical 38-28 records right now. But Akron is surging just about as much as Erie is right now. The leading team in the Southwest is 39-27, riding a 4-game win streak. So it's still a logjam atop that Southwest Division. Of course, Erie, as mentioned, does not own any tiebreakers, so they need to have a 1-game lead at the end of the week. They cannot settle for the tie because they will be left on the wrong side of the playoffs if that's the case. Bowie still an opportunity to play spoiler, but having lost the first 3 in this series, they really need to turn it around to avoid losing the series overall. Couple of roster moves to make note of coming into this game. There isn't any for Erie, but there is one for Bowie. The Baysox have made a catcher swap. Cody Roberts has jumped back up to AAA Norfolk. He flew out earlier today. And, of course, with the Orioles over on the West Coast, sometimes you will get players on the taxi squad having to play a little bit further than maybe necessarily anticipated and having to be obviously farther away from Norfolk and leaving gaps in the Tides roster. So Roberts has been the designated call-up for Norfolk this season. He's with the Tides for now. And to replace him, Andres Angulo has been transferred up from High A Aberdeen to Bowie. Angulo started the year, I believe, injured. I haven't gotten the clarification on it, but he did not start the year at the regular time, and you would have anticipated him to be at least in the Bowie vicinity, if not in High A or maybe even AAA, because he does have AA experience. Angulo spent most of 2021 with Richmond in this league. So if we see him today, who knows? It's going to be Maverick Cantley behind the dish for Bowie, but Angulo is added to the roster to get you set up for today's game. Let's tell you about the starting pitching matchup. It'll be Reese Olson for Erie, Drew Rahm for Bowie. Olson, a 4-3 mark and a 3.24 ERA on the season. 58 1/3 innings pitched. He struck out 90 batters and walked just 15. First 5 starts with Erie were at the tail end of 2021 after he got traded over from the Brewers at the deadline. But he spent all season with the Seawolves here in 2022, and he's been blowing by opposing batters in his 13 games. He struck out at least 7 batters in over half of his starts this season, including 8 punch-outs against the Baysox in May, when he allowed only 1 unearned run in a 5-inning winning effort. He's got a 4-pitch mix with a mid-90s fastball and a changeup. That combo locates well and helps him for a lot of those strikeouts. That'll be what Bowie needs to pick up to get ahead today. If they can lay off of the changeup or at least time it up well if it is going to hit the zone, then they should be fine. Now on to Drew Rahm, a 2-1 mark and a 4.26 ERA for the left-hander. 10 games all starts for him. 38 innings for the Baysox this year with 47 strikeouts and 14 walks. Now he's coming off of a short 4-inning performance against Binghamton. All the trouble in that outing came in just the 3rd inning when he allowed 5 hits, including 4 consecutive hits and 3 doubles. There was just something where his pitches weren't flowing the best as he turned into the second trip through the lineup. Right now, though, he does go against Erie for the second time, and last time he faced Erie, it wasn't the prettiest, but there is a little bit of a reason why. Because Rahm was coming off of a 3-week stint on the injured list, and it was tough for him to rebound and get back into the rhythm. He allowed 3 runs all earned in just 2 1/3 innings. But he's looking for consistency, maybe a little bit depth, maybe a little bit of a long run. He hasn't pitched into a fifth inning since May 4th. He's always got that deep arsenal, and that's what works best for Rom. If he can just locate on the zone well today, fortunately he should be able to, because this strike zone has been a little bit wider than others across this season. It's been a pretty routine crew, just a wider strike zone, the way that the umpires have called it. So Rom might be able to use that to his advantage. We've got more to come here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside for now, but when we return, we're going to re-air our conversation with the skipper, Kyle Moore. Listening back on it last night, a lot of the insight that he brought forth about how Bowie needed to approach things through this series still rings true, and I feel like it's better to bring it up now, as Bowie has been on this rough little 5-game losing skid. So Kyle Moore is our guest next, and we're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, it's a special Baysox Live Happy Hour on Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium. Along with the usual live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30, it's also Margaritaville night out at the ballpark. Get your flip-flops, salt shakers, and Hawaiian t-shirts ready to celebrate cruise culture with Margaritaville night, sponsored by Bud Light. That's Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting set for the first of 6 between Bowie and Erie. Final week of the first half for the Baysox as they look to maybe play a little bit of spoiler and gain some momentum at the same time. But let's recap the 7-game series that was Binghamton. You win the series. There were some ups, there were some downs. What were your takeaways overall, positives and negatives?
I mean, the overall takeaway was the extra inning game we won, where we gave up 3 in the 10th and we came back and scored 4 and to win the game. I just think that game was huge for this club altogether. Pitchers, position players. It's always tough to give up 3 in the 10th, and I felt like Jensen Elliott's thrown the ball really well, and he gave up a broken bat single and then 2 ground balls through the infield that just were not even really hit well. So after seeing that and then seeing us respond and come back and win that ball game, I really liked that from our club. What I didn't really like was Sunday. We had a chance to really put a club away for the series and to really go 5-2 and set ourselves apart and be more than mediocre, and then we let them get a game back and go 4-3. So don't love that, but I do think there are some bright spots, some silver linings in this team and this club. And we got 2 catchers, Hanley and Roberts, that are playing outstanding. Roberts threw a ball down to second base about a 1-8-2, and he threw out Maruccio on a good jump. So, I mean, we've really shut the running game down and done some good things as we continued to do in that last series. Just wish we could have taken one more that I felt like we really had the ability to take. We just didn't do it.
It's got to be a good problem to have right now, and kind of similar to what it was at the start of the season between the 3 main infielders that you had to cram in on the left side of the infield, that you have Maverick Hanley and Cody Roberts both playing at such a high caliber. So I think this is the first time in quite some time that they're both going to be in the lineup with Hanley as the DH and Roberts as the catcher. What has been just the biggest part of their play that has stood out to you?
Well, both of them just throw the ball really well, so that they shut down the running game, which is big for our pitching staff. I feel like sometimes we have to make extra pitches or pitch around certain things, whether it be a walk, a hit, or an error. And when you have a catcher that can completely shut down the running game and get extra outs on the bases, whether it be some guy takes too big of a secondary and Mav picks him off, or Cody just throws everybody out, those are just outs that you don't really count in your head as a manager. Like, you're just not really adding all that up, and all of a sudden you get a free one because you got a really good catcher. And I think aside from that, they've hit great. I mean, they're hitting 3-4 for us tonight. Their at-bats have been outstanding. So those are just extra bonuses added to really high-quality defensive catchers.
You talked about the big comeback on Friday, and the big game-tying home run by Joey Ortiz was just such a fire-starting kind of moment for the team. He's seemed a little more comfortable out there, and that's anecdotal for me, but is there some consistency now that he's been able to play at shortstop a lot more often?
Yeah, I think so. I think over the last, honestly, about 3 weeks, Joey has hit the ball really hard. He's really, I guess, unlucky, if you will. He smoked some balls right at people, so I don't think his numbers really show what he's really doing. I certainly think he's more comfortable and in a better routine as far as, hey, you're going to hit 1, 2, or 3, you're going to play shortstop every day. Like whether I send the lineup out at 5 o'clock at night or 3 o'clock in the next afternoon, he kind of knows what to expect before he's going to come to the field, and I think that's really helped Joey. Not that you want him to get too comfortable, but I think that Joey's really turned in super quality at bats the last 3 weeks, and we just want to keep him right there.
Looking ahead to this week's series, Chris Valamon, of course, getting called up to AAA. Maybe a little bit earlier than some may have anticipated, but the numbers definitely spoke for themselves as to why he might be deserving. And then that shifts tomorrow's starter to Armbruster. What are going to be some of your expectations for his AA debut tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, really excited just to have a guy up from Aberdeen who's having a tremendous season, who's thrown the ball really well. And just excited for him to make his first AA start. There's a lot that comes with that. I think there's a giant jump from high A to AA. Quality of lineup is going to be much, much better. And so I hope that he can calm himself and make quality pitches and not really get too wrapped up in the results or what everybody else is doing, but just pitch his game and do what he does really well and just make a lot of quality pitches. Just stack up as many quality pitches on top of each other as he can. And hopefully we'll play some good defense behind him. I mean, Valamont struggled a little bit before he got to us. He was not throwing the ball well, and then when he got here, he was throwing the ball great. So hats off to him and hats off to Josh Conway, our pitching coach, because obviously they figured something out. I mean, the guy was outstanding on Sunday. And you hate to see those guys go, but you know what? It's good for him to go to AAA because that means you did something right.
Zach Peak should be starting on Friday, if I can remember how to count the days of the week. You want to talk about the quality of pitches lately. And again, a bit anecdotal, but it definitely seemed like his slider was working really, really well his last time through.
I think Peak's been one of our best performers on the mound, starting-wise. He went through a little hiccup where we had to shut him down, and then he missed some time, and that was for an illness, not even for an injury. So now that he's back raring to go, he's throwing the ball outstanding. I mean, his command of his fastball is excellent. He's got 2+ off-speed pitches, a slider and a curveball, and he's also really developing a changeup. So just performance-based only, Peak is throwing the ball outstanding, and we need more of that from him. We'd like him to go a little bit longer in the game, just because it's that point of the year where he's finally getting built up, and we feel like we can do that with him. But ultimately, he's just got to keep throwing the ball like he is, because he's throwing the ball great.
Is there going to be any sort of just pitching staff-wide approach to Kerry Carpenter at this point? Because he tore the team up last month. There's no doubt about it, but he's been doing that to just about every pitcher at AA right now. Is there an approach? And if there is, what might it be?
No doubt. I mean, the kid's a really good player. He's got 22 home runs. He leads the league. He's tearing everybody up, including us last series. They have another few good hitters in their lineup, too. I mean, Neoport's good. Dingler's a really good hitter. A bunch of them in there that I don't even name. But I just think that the approach to Carpenter is probably going to be quality off-speed stuff down. He strikes out a little bit more than you would hope. So for a guy who has really good numbers, he will strike out sometimes. So I'd be lying if I said we weren't going to go for the strikeout a little bit on him. We're going to try to make a super quality pitch. And, if we go outside the zone a little bit and get him to chase, it'd be a good thing. He probably won't because he doesn't, but we got to throw our best stuff.
Appreciate the insight on that. And then, of course, as we usually wrap things up, do normally ask how was the off day, but of course it was spent traveling. So how was spending Father's Day with the girls? Oh,
Father's Day was awesome. It was just always super special, but now this was my first Father's Day as a father of two, and fourth Father's Day overall. So they're always it's really special. But just being able to have my family here, honestly, is just a blessing. I mean, not many people get to do what I do and get to share their family. It's a luxury. So man, thanks to the Orioles for providing an immaculate apartment for us, and my wife just does a tremendous job of being there with the girls. So special Father's Day, no doubt.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Skip, for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Kyle Moore here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside, be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Back to UPMC Park as we get ready to wrap up the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Matt Sabatas with you as we'll breeze through the starting lineup for the Baysox very quickly as the Seawolves take the field. It'll be Hudson Haskin to open, followed by Cesar Prieto and Joey Ortiz. So 1 through 3 remain the same. Of course, with Cody Roberts up to AAA, Maverick Hanley will step in for the catching duties. Expect to see a little bit more of Hanley for the remainder of the week. I imagine he'll take at least 2, if not all 3 of the remaining games in this weekend. Maybe Andres Angulo for 1. Adam Hall will follow, then Andrew Dashbach, Zach Watson, J.D. Mundy, and A.J. Graffinito. Seawolves have taken the field, which means we'll take a break one final time. When we return, it's first pitch and all the play-by-play. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from UPMC Park in Erie. It's Game 4 of this 6-game series between the Erie Seawolves and your Bowie Baysox. Matt Sabatas with you from Erie, Pennsylvania, and as Reese Olson warms on the mound for the Seawolves, the starting lineup for the Bowie Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in center field, you've got Hudson Haskin, followed by Cesar Prieto at third base, batting second. Joey Ortiz at shortstop bats third. Maverick Hanley, the catcher, bats fourth. Adam Hall, the DH, bats fifth. Andrew Dashbach in left field bats sixth. Zach Watson in right field seventh. J.D. Mundy at first base eighth. And A.J. Graffinino at second base bats ninth. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen, video coordinator, Lindsey Birchfield, and Blake Wooten, athletic trainers. Hudson Haskin into the box now as Olson steps back, kicks high, fires the first pitch home. It's a fastball that misses high, and we're underway at 6:37 p.m. on a beautiful 78-degree sunny day here in the northwest corner of Pennsylvania. 1-0 pitch to Haskin. This one driven high and deep to left. Myers stops at the wall. He looks up, and it's gone. Hudson Haskin says goodbye. His 8th home run of the season is a leadoff shot. And Bowie's up 1-0 in the first. That was a blast onto the arena in left field. And Haskin opens it up with his 4th inning leading off a home run of the season. What a great start for Bowie. Reese Olson resets now and tries to settle against Cesar Prieto. First pitch home. Prieto watches fastball miss away, and it's 1-0 to open. Bowie is 25-41 on the season, a 5-game losing streak, 4-6 over their last 10. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball misses just high, and it's 2-0. Once more that lineup for Bowie briefly. You've got Haskin, Prieto, Ortiz, Hanley, Hall, Dashbach, Watson, Mundy, Graffinino, all to face off against Reese Olson. The 2-0, a flinch on a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 3-0 on Prieto. 292 average for Prieto this season, a 700 OPS in 26 games played, as the 3-0 comes home, and it's called a strike, dots the inside edge of the zone, makes it 3-1. UPMC Park in Erie, 328 feet down the line to right, 317 to left, 400 to straightaway center, the 3-1. Prieto pops it foul, third base side out of play, and it runs the count full. 367 to right center field here at this ballpark, and 356 to the tall wall in left center field. Here's the 3-2. Prieto bounces it foul off of his foot. It comes to a stop just in front of the pitcher's mound as the count remains full. Bowie already ahead 1-0. That's the first game leadoff home run this season. Bowie has had a handful of inning leading off home runs this season. Already mentioned Hudson Haskins. Adam Hall's only home run of the year led off an inning. They play a little bit on the pull side for the left-hander Prieto. As Olson steps back, kicks high, fires the 3-2, and it's popped foul again, third base side. Count remains full. So already a big opportunity here for Prieto as Haskin attacked early. Prieto has now ran it to 7 straight pitches and 2 straight full count offerings. The third full count pitch is grounded right to first. A tough bounce picked up at the waist by Quincy Naporti. He trots over to the bag himself and retires Prieto unassisted. Tell you about the defensive alignment for Erie. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Dane Myers, Eric De La Rosa, and then Kerry Carpenter. Andre Lipsius is at third base. Gage Workman is at short. Luis Carpio is at second, and Quincy Naporti at first. Dylan Dingler catches behind the plate for Reese Olson on the mound. Joey Ortiz into the box, righty on righty. Ortiz at 215 average and a 628 OPS in 59 games played this season for Bowie. First pitch home from Olson, and Ortiz swings through a high fastball. It's 0-1 to open. Reese Olson, a 6'1", 160-pound, 22-year-old right-hander from Gainesville, Georgia, traded over to the Tigers last season from Milwaukee in exchange for big league lefty Daniel Norris. Next pitch called a strike on the lower inside corner to Ortiz. It's 0-2. This season with Erie, Olson has gone 4-3 with a 3.24 ERA in 13 games, 12 starts. He fires the 0-2, and it's driven high the other way. Carpenter running on it toward the foul line. Just before crossing over to the warning track, he makes the catch. So 2 away, and now here's Maverick Hanley. Your umpiring crew for today's game. Sean Cassidy is at third base. Kelvis Velez is the crew chief. He's over at first, and Jude Corey is calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. Maverick Handley into the box. 254 average with a 779 OPS and 36 games played for Bowie. First pitch, swing and a miss, breaking ball down and inside, and it's 0-1. Olson has tossed 58 1/3 innings this season. He struck out 90 batters, walked just 15. Next pitch, Handley flinches at a called strike inside, count to 0-2. Olson has allowed 3 home runs, now 4 when you include Hudson Haskins to lead off this game. A 215 average against for the right-hander. The 0-2 pitch. Handley watches it bounce in. Looked like that one deadened on some of the chalk and just slowly rolled over to the right side in front of the Baysox on-deck circle where Adam Hall stands. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. 4 home runs, 20 runs driven in for Handley this season. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Breaking ball goes down and away, and the inning is over. But Bowie gets on the board. 3rd consecutive inning that the Baysox have struck in the first, as Hudson Haskins goes yard to open the game. We're on to the bottom of the first. Bowie 1, Erie coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Well, the Bowie Baysox struck in the first inning for the 3rd consecutive game, and as we move to the bottom of the first, Drew Rahm will try to keep the Erie Seawolves off the board. As Rahm warms on the mound, let's tell you about the Seawolves lineup that he'll face. Wenzel Perez leads off. He's the DH. Andre Lipsius is at third base, batting second. Kerry Carpenter in right field bats third. Quincy Naporti at first base, fourth. Dane Myers in left field bats fifth. Dylan Dingler, the catcher, bats sixth. Eric De La Rosa in center field bats seventh. Luis Carpio at second base, eighth. And Gage Workman is the shortstop today, batting ninth. The Seawolves are the AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. They're managed by Gabe Alvarez, assisted by John Murray and Dan Reicheball and Ollie Cady. Chris Vick is the athletic trainer. Erie is 38-28 on the season. A 5-game winning streak for the Seawolves as they're 7-3 over their last 10 and 21-9 when playing here at home. Once more, that lineup for Erie, you've got Perez, Lipsius, Carpenter, Naporti, Myers, Dingler, De La Rosa, Carpio, Workman, all to face off against lefty Drew Rahm on the mound. As Perez digs in, first time all series that he's going to be batting as a right-hander. Bowie only has the 3 lefties on staff at the moment, between Rahm and then relievers Jake Prezina and Easton Lucas. Perez a .310 average in 7 games with Erie since being called up last week. First pitch home to him is a breaking ball that misses down and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. 842 OPS for Perez. No doubles, but 2 triples. Had them both on Tuesday. He's driven in 4 runs. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball misses high this time. Looked to be the curve there from Rahm, and the count goes to 2-0. Erie winning the first 3 games over the course of this series in a myriad of different ways. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball bounced over the mound. Going to be a tough play for the second baseman, A.J. Graffinino. He has to wait back on it. Makes the catch at the chest, and Perez, a little bit slow up the line, can't get there. 4-3 putout gets it started here in the bottom of the first. Defensive alignment for Bowie here in the first inning. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Andrew Dashbach, Hudson Haskins, Zach Watson, Cesar Prieto at third, Joey Ortiz at short, A.J. Graffinino at second, and J.D. Mundy at first. Maverick Handley catches behind the plate for Drew Rahm on the mound. In steps Andre Lipsius. First pitch home to the right-hander is a fastball that comes too far down and inside, 1-0 to open. Lipsius a .272 average and an .868 OPS this season in 60 games played. 11 doubles, a triple, 7 homers, 29 runs batted in, the 1-0. Breaking ball called for strike, top edge of the zone, it's 1-1. Drew Rahm, a 6'2", 170-pound, 22-year-old left-hander from Cincinnati. Fourth-round draft selection in 2018 from Highlands High School. Here's the 1-1. Curveball misses too far inside, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. On the season with Bowie, Rahm has gone 2-1 with a 4.26 ERA in 10 games all starts. He fires the 2-1 pitch here, and it's grounded back to Graffinino at second base. He gobbles this one up at the ankles and lofts over to first base cleanly. Back-to-back 4-3 putouts, and there's 2 away. Baysox in their alternate orange uniforms today with the black block letter Bowie on the front side, gray pants, black hat, orange brim, while the Seawolves are wearing a specialty uniform today, white pants, but it's an orange strikeout cancer uniform. They have the Seawolf logo on the belly with Seawolves straight across on the front, but it's a almost increasing polka dot pattern of purple up to the shoulders. Very nice. Here's Kerry Carpenter. First pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball comes in high, and it's 0-1. 309 average for Carpenter this season, a 1021 OPS in 62 games played, 16 doubles, no triples. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed away, and it's already 0-2. 22 home runs, still tied for the lead in minor league baseball now. 48 runs batted in this season. Bases empty, 2 away in the bottom of the first as Bowie leads 1-0. Rahm sets at the chin, drops to the waist as he steps back and fires the 0-2. It's flinched on high, a fastball. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Rahm has tossed only 38 innings this season. His outings have been a little short since the start of May, but he struck out 47, walked just 14. The 1-2 pitch, he reaches for it, Carpenter, and pokes it over to second again. Graffinino's busy. He sends it to first, and it's a trio of 4-3 putouts in a perfect first inning for Drew Rahm. We're on to the second here at UPMC Park. Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Back to UPMC Park as we move on to the second inning here. Bowie ahead 1-0. Matt Sabatas with you with Adam Hall, Andrew Dashbach, and Zach Watson due up in this half inning. Reese Olson is back to work for the Seawolves. Hall steps in, has that right foot on the edge of the batter's box to the backside as the first pitch comes in, and he smokes it into left center field and down for a base hit. Diving attempt by Dane Myers. It's off his glove and rolls past him. Hall will take the opportunity to go to second base. Will go down as a base hit. As Hall picks up his 9th double of the season. Second consecutive inning that the Baysox have opened the frame with a hit. They did it plenty yesterday, too. Don't neglect that fact. Hudson Haskin had a leadoff single yesterday in the first. Came around to score. J.D. Mundy did the same in the second inning. Cody Roberts had a double in the 8th, but couldn't score. But we lost that game 3-2. Here's Andrew Dashbach. First pitch home. Right-hander swings through a fastball down and away, and it's 0-1 to open. I said in the last half inning, the Baysox have lost each of the 3 games in this series by a myriad of different ways. Ways that they've been a little bit accustomed to this year. 2 of them by 1 run. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Dashbach. Misses up and away. Back pick to second. The throw is high and smokes into center field off of a glove, and Hall will go to third base. That's going to be an error on Dylan Dingler, his 9th of the season. Hall had a very late jump getting back to the bag, but fortunately because of the throw, he was able to turn heel and head back to third base. It runs the count even at 1 on Dashbach, and the entire infield will play in. Still with nobody out here in the top of the second, Bowie already ahead 1-0. Next pitch home from Reese Olson is inside, a changeup. Count goes to 2-1. 195 average for Dashbach on the season, but a 714 OPS in 54 games played, thanks to 5 doubles and 9 homers, as well as 32 walks. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Olson. Swing and a miss. A little bit behind on the changeup, and the count goes even at 2. Dashbach went 0 for 4 yesterday, just after he had finally gotten his average just a smidge over 200, first time all season. He struck out twice and broke an 8-game hit streak. Trying to reset it here if he can, Bowie would double up the lead. The 2-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Breaking ball down, that's Olson's second strikeout today, and the first out here in the second inning. So now on Zach Watson, you've still just got to get it out of the infield. And that should be enough, but Watson might be looking for more. Home runs in consecutive games for the right-hander as he takes one hearty practice hack outside of the box before stepping in. Olson working out of the stretch first base side, holds ball behind waist and rests glove on front thigh, brings them together at the chest with a half squat. Kicks and fires the first to Watson, and it's a curveball. Misses down. 1-0 to open up. Runner at third, 1 away here in the top of the second inning. Bowie has scored in the first inning in each of the last 3 games now. The 1-0 pitch. Watson bounces it hard over to short. Tough play at home. It's sniped and thrown home. They got him. Gage Workman throws him out 6-2. And that's the 3rd consecutive game that the Baysox have had a runner thrown out at home on an infield grounder. So the leadoff double and error off of the books now, as Watson reaches on the fielder's choice, goes 6-2. Now 2 away, here's J.D. Mundy. First pitch, Mundy thought about a high fastball, he laid off. Count starts out at 1-0. 212 average for J.D. Mundy this season, a 612 OPS in 43 games played. 10 doubles, no triples though, 3 homers, 16 runs batted in. Next offering, Mundy watches curveball nick the upper outside corner for a called strike. It's 1-1. Mundy doesn't have that high of a pull rate, not the highest on the team, but still 46% is up there. This would be a ballpark where he could maybe leg out a triple if he pulls it right. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and away, and it's 1-2. We've already seen 3 triples in this series. Unfortunately, all 3 of them have belonged to Erie batters. 2 of them in the first game of the set, Wenzel Perez, and then 1 yesterday by Chris Rabago. Erie took game 1 11-0. Game 2 on Wednesday, 5-4, an 11-inning walk-off. Watson takes off. The 1-2 is fouled off. Hits off of home plate as the count remains. And then last night, the Baysox fell 3-2 after taking another 1-0 lead in the first. Erie tied it in the bottom of the first with a solo home run by Andre Lipsius, and then jumped ahead with 2 runs in the 5th. Bowie did get another run back, a solo home run by Zach Watson, but they could not score from there. They did even get a runner to third with only 1 out in the 8th, but stranded him. Here's the 1-2. Mundy watches high, and the count goes even at 2. And just here, Bowie got a runner to third with nobody out and could not bring him in. Now runner at first, 2 away. And a pickoff throw to first is late. We wait on the next offering to Mundy. Olson is already up to 30 pitches, but that is usually where he hovers a lot of the time. he's not the kind to get past a fifth inning. The 2-2. Mundy watches called strike 3 outside. Bowie got a leadoff double and pushed that runner into third thanks to an error, but couldn't bring him home. We're on to the bottom of the second here at UPMC Park. Bowie still leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Bottom of the second here in Erie. Still a 1-0 Baysox lead, but a run left on the table in the top of the second. Hopefully doesn't come back to bite Bowie. As Drew Rahm gets back to work, a very efficient first inning. 3 up, 3 down on just 11 pitches. He'll face off against the 4, 5, and 6 batters in the Baysox lineup. That's the Seawolves lineup. That's Quincy Naporti, Dane Myers, and Dylan Dingler. Naporti digs in. He's been hitting Bowie well. Does have a home run in this series. 268 average overall in the year, an 892 OPS in 57 games played, 9 doubles, a triple, 16 homers overall, 43 runs batted in. Lefty on righty, and the first pitch home. Fastball hits the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1 to open. This has never been a lefty-heavy lineup by any metric, but the switch hitters obviously made it more lefty-permeated against the right-handed pitchers. Next pitch fouled off of home plate, as the count goes to 0-2. But with the two lefties on the bench today, John Rossoff and Parker Meadows, there's only one true lefty in the lineup, and that's Kerry Carpenter. The two switch hitters will, of course, bat righty against Drew Rahm. As the 0-2 comes in Naporti, and it's popped foul right side, count remains. Rahm this season has pitched a lot better against fellow lefties, too, so it's just proper lineup building by Gabe Alvarez. Rahm sends home another 0-2, and Naporti watches it down and in a fastball. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Rahm's outings have been plagued by lengthy plate appearances. I mentioned it, he hasn't gone 5 innings since May. The 1-2 popped up right side of the infield, foul ground. Hanley sheds and sprints, but it's over the netting and hits off of the top of the Baysox dugout. Rahm's averaging about 18 pitches per inning pitched. And that number, as you'd imagine, has been on a almost steady climb up ever since he came back from that stint on the injured list. The 1-2 to Naporti. Breaking ball misses down and in, and the count goes even at 2. The 2-2. Curveball misses high, and it runs full. So first full count that either pitcher has worked today. Rahm this season has opponents hitting just 2 for 18 on full counts, 10 strikeouts, 7 walks. He fires the 3-2, and it's grounded foul. Third base side will do it once more. Naporti, on the other hand, hits it a little bit better with full counts. strikes out more often, but also walks a lot more often. That ball skipped off of one of the side walls near left field foul area and bounced back into play, so they had to go retrieve it. Ram just hovering behind the mound right now before finally climbing and refooting the rubber third base side. Another 3-2 pitch. In there, strike three. Naporti can't believe it. Shakes his head. No. He thought he had ball four, but he will calmly say, I feel as if that one was a little high, but I understand your position. He's not happy about it, but he's not going to get frustrated about it. That's the first strikeout for Drew Rom, and I feel like that's a good stance to go if you're Quincy Naporti. Because this umpiring crew has had their interesting decisions over the course of this season. Here's Dane Myers, first pitch, a curveball called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. So first strikeout for Rom, his 48th on the season. Myers hitting .264 this season with a .799 OPS in 43 games played. Next offering, fastball misses too high. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. 8 doubles, no triples, 10 homers, 28 runs batted in this season for Myers. The right-hander is 5 for 13 in the series. The 1-1 pitch. That fastball dots the upper inside corner for a called strike. It's 1-2. And this is where Rom needs to get it. He had Naporti ahead. He's got Myers ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Don't want to just extend the plate appearance further than you need to. The 1-2 is swung on and pieced into the catcher. That's strike 3. Myers goes down swinging. Back-to-back punch-outs for Drew Rom, and that's the efficiency of a plate appearance we need. Not a 9-pitch at-bat, but a 4-pitch at-bat. Gets you right back into it as Dylan Dingler digs into the box now. Lefty on righty still as the first pitch comes in, and Dingler watches it down and inside. 1-0 to open. .235 average for Dingler, a .698 OPS in 57 games played, 13 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, 24 runs batted in. As the 1-0 comes home, and it bounces in, count runs to 2 balls and no strikes. Dingler only had 1 plate appearance against Rom last month. He struck out the 2-0. Called a strike, a fastball high. As the count runs to 2 balls and a strike now. Next offering from Rom. A flinch, curveball. Punched it up and in for a called strike. Count goes even at 2. Dingler's been on an interesting run this season. His strikeout numbers have been tough to swallow. He's at 80 as the 2-2 comes in. Make it 81. Swung on and missed high for strike 3. Drew Rom strikes out the side here in the bottom of the second. We're on to the third here at UPMC Park. Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
What's coming up? Don't miss out. Friday, July 15th, Jimmy J.J. Walker making his way to the ballpark. Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium. You can meet the legendary actor and comedian, star of the 70s hit Good Times. Special VIP meet and greet packages are still available if you head to BaysoxShop.com. We're on to the third here at UPMC Park in Erie. It's a 1-0 Baysox lead. Drew Rahm has retired all 6 batters he's faced, struck out the side in the second. Bowie, though, wants to get some offense going to back him up. A.J. Graffinino will lead off, the number 9 batter, as Reese Olson kicks and fires the first pitch home. It's a high fastball called for strike. That one will go sometimes for the tall Graffinino. 218 average and a 568 OPS for Graffinino in 20 games played this season. No doubles or triples, a homer, 5 runs batted in. Next pitch, called for strike, down at the knees, and the count to 0-2. Bowie had a leadoff double in the second inning. Got him to third on a throwing error by the catcher, trying to backpick, but left that runner. 0-2. Low and away. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, let me clarify. They didn't leave him, but the runner didn't score. Adam Hall was thrown out on a fielder's choice, a ground ball to the shortstop. Here's the next. 1-2 misses high. A blazing fastball from Reese Olson. Count runs even at 2. After Graffinino, it's back to the top of the lineup in Hudson Haskin, then Cesar Prieto, as the 2-2 comes in, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. 4th strikeout for Reese Olson, 3rd swinging. And now back up top to Hudson Haskin, who homered off of the left field wall to start the game. It was his 8th of the season and his 26th run driven in this year, as the first pitch comes home and he swings through a low curveball. Count opens up at 0-1. Well, Haskin has been the most constant man atop the lineup for Bowie this season. They have made plenty of shuffles, but he's led it most. As Olson commits a pitch clock violation because he did not deliver the pitch in time. He didn't feel comfortable with his delivery and held on to the ball as he was winding. If there was a runner on base, it would have been a balk, but there's no runner on base, so it's just a pitch clock violation. The 1-1 is grounded to short, picked up by Gage Workman and ripped over to first in time, 6-3. And so I feel like Olson is probably fine with the overall outcome of that. However funky it may have been. Because again, it was without any runners on base. If there was a runner on base, it would have been a balk and the runner would have advanced. So now it goes to Cesar Prieto. Base is empty already. 2 outs here in the top of the third as Bowie leads 1-0. First pitch home to the left-hander is called a strike down at the knees. 0-1 to open. Third base playing in past the baseline. Feet on the grass if Prieto wants to try and lay down another surprise bunt. But again, he's really only the type to do that with 1 out or 0 outs. Next pitch grounded past third, but foul. That one was bouncing up the line and just went a little bit to the left. And with the third baseman, Andre Lipsius, pinched in, it would have gotten right past him, even if it was a fair ball. But it runs the count to 0-2 quickly on Prieto. As Olson steps again, a wide stance that he closes up to turn, kick and fire the 0-2. A check swing on a pitch in the dirt. No appeal as it runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Shadows pushing across the corner of third base right now. When Andre Lipsius drops down into an athletic stance, he's in the shade, but when he stands upright, his head is in the sun. The 1-2, broken bat bouncer in on the hands over to second. Luis Carpio picks and softly tosses it to first base to complete the inning. 4-3 putout, 3 up, 3 down frame for Reese Olson. Bottom of the third coming up at UPMC Park. Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301 231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Make sure you've got your Jedi cloaks ready on Saturday, July 16th for Star Wars Saturday at Prince George's Stadium. Meet dozens of Star Wars characters out at the ballpark, take part in interactive exhibits and lightsaber battles, and you can bid on specialty game-worn jerseys by the Baysox players at the game. It's all sponsored by Taco Bell, and it comes your way on Saturday, July 16th. So get your tickets now for Star Wars Saturday at the ballpark by heading to Baysox.com. Bottom of the third inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox still holding on to a slim 1-0 advantage. Drew Rahm will try to continue that. He's worked 6 up, 6 down so far. All 3 strikeouts came in the second inning. 7, 8, and 9 for Erie in this frame with Eric De La Rosa to open, then Luis Carpio for his first appearance of the series. Gage Workman will bat after that, the switch hitter. But in essence, 3 straight right-handers for Rahm as De La Rosa digs into the box. Tall right-hander leans back hard toward the catcher and holds the bat high behind his shoulder. First pitch home, and he swings through a high fastball. It's 0-1 to open. .220 average for De La Rosa this season, a .614 OPS in 37 games played. 8 doubles, a triple, no homers, 9 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball away, and it's 0-2. De La Rosa has a very high swinging strike rate. 1 in every 5 pitches that he sees, he swings and misses. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He swung and missed at 3 right there. Drew Rahm has struck out 4 consecutive batters. He's worked 7 up, 7 down to start the day, and now Luis Carpio is underway. First appearance for Carpio in this series, .242 overall on the year. .630 OPS in 46 games played, 7 doubles, no triples, a homer, 10 runs batted in. Here's the first pitch. Raking ball, called a strike on the knees, lower inside corner. 0-1 to open. Rahm sets at the chin, turns, kicks, and fires the 0-1. It's flinched on, down and inside, nearly got the toe, but only ate up some dirt, and it runs the count to a ball and a strike. So Rahm only got about halfway there to that immaculate inning plateau, but he still got Carpio even as the 1-1 comes in, and it misses up and away. Count goes to 2-1. Well, Dean Kramer started yesterday for the Orioles, and remember, he made that lone rehab start for Bowie back against Hartford, and his first inning was an immaculate inning. The 2-1 pitch. There's a called strike. Changeup hits the inside half, and it's 2-2. From that moment, you could tell, okay, Dean Kramer is ready to be back on the field, and he's definitely not going to make another rehab start with Bowie, and he didn't. The 2-2 pitch. Carpio grounds it into center field, a base hit. Skipped off of the pitcher's mound, through an open gap up the middle, and that's the first base runner for Erie today. Carpio was only 1 for 14 against the Baysox entering this series. And now here's Gage Workman. Double play gets you out of the inning. Workman has hit into 2 this season, a .211 average and a .645 OPS in 60 games played. First pitch. Fastball called a strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1 to open. 16 doubles and 2 triples for Workman this year. He's homered 6 times and driven in 31. Runner at first, 1 away as Bowie still leads 1-0 here in Erie. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and inside, and the count goes to 0-2. This is already a strong opening for Drew Rahm, but the second trip through the lineup is going to be so important for him because now that he's missing a lot of these bats, he's going to need to do it that second time through. The 0-2 is grounded slowly over to third, but picked in foul territory by Cesar Prieto. He still took the opportunity to try and flick it over to second base. Want to make sure his skills were sharp, I suppose. No harm there, because of course it was still a foul ball, so the count remains 0-2. So Workman has to run back, or more specifically walk back. grab the bat and get into the box. Shadow's starting to stretch its way ever so slightly into the batting area here. Well, you've still got just about everyone in sunlight. Very brief lead off of first base for Luis Carpio. He has attempted 8 steals, but a lefty on the mound, of course. As Rom sends home the 0-2 instead of pickoff to first, no tag. Carpio with that short lead, got back easily. And we'll wait on another 0-2 offering. Carpio dances. Stays put. The next pitch home misses high as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, I wonder if a lengthy stare at a runner like that may affect a pitcher and their next pitch. That sounds like something Fangraphs would take a look at. The 1-2 lifted out toward the right field corner and slicing. Watson running. It's foul. Down into the Baysox bullpen. And a good foul ball for Rom to continue on, because if that stays fair, that's a run no matter what. Enough speed off of Carpio in that troublesome corner where the wall cuts in, and a ball can ricochet off of everything in the bullpen, especially the benches. Those added seconds lead to runs across and usually triples. But it's just a foul ball, and Rom has another opportunity to punch out Workman. Another 1-2 pitch. This one fouled off again, more routinely on a line to the right side as the count remains. Very wide gap on the right side of the infield as they want to try and turn 2. Workman pulls it a decent amount. Rom sends home another 1-2, and it swung on and bounced slowly to third, but foul. Prieto will head over and keep it from getting to the outfield as we wait on another 1-2 offering. Workman's got a pretty high swinging strike rate, just as mentioned with Eric De La Rosa, who went down swinging on just 3 pitches. But he's protecting the zone well right now. It's still a 1-2 count. Rom could easily pitch in something very far out of the zone. The third 1-2 pitch. Pieced foul, right side. We'll do it once more. And this is where Rom is running into trouble. Happened with the first batter of the game, Wenzel Perez. Or rather, with Kerry Carpenter, my mistake. He was the third batter. Perez grounded out on a 2-0 pitch. Carpenter stayed alive for a handful on a 1-2 count before grounding out. But Rom's pitch count is getting up there again. He's up to 45 at this point. Usually hovers around the 80s, but you want to see him get through 5. Workman steps out briefly, and he'll get back in. Rom holds. Third base side of the rubber. Brings ball to glove at the chest. Runner at first, 1 away as Bowie leads 1-0. The 1-2 to Workman. Driven high to the right field corner again. Still slicing and still going down foul. This one completely out of play as it falls in on the upper concourse level, the patio deck here at UPMC Park. But that's 5 consecutive pitches fouled off by Gage Workman in what's going to be a 10-pitch plate appearance. See if Carpio tries to take off this time. Instead, they pick off, and they don't get the tag there. Mundy did receive the ball low. I think his hand just wasn't at the right angle to flick over and apply the tag. Here's the 1-2. Curveball misses high, and the count goes to 2-2. I was mentioning it very, very briefly. I wonder, especially for left-handers, if there is any sort of correlation to how they pitch compared to how long they've been staring at first base, watching a runner. The 2-2. Workman swings and misses on a curveball inside for strike 3. Rahm wins the 11-pitch battle with his 5th strikeout of the day, and there's 2 gone here in the 3rd. That was a tough trip through the lineup one time, and now Rahm's got to do it again. He starts with Wenzel Perez, first pitch. Breaking ball misses high, and the count starts out at 1-0. Perez grounded out to the second baseman in the first inning. Runner at first, 2 away here in the 3rd. The 1-0 pitch. Perez pieces it foul. Fastball came in high, and it goes back to the screen. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Perez 4 for 15 overall in this series. Three runs driven in. He struck out 6 times. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses high. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Of course, it's that hearty mix of offerings that Drew Rahm brings to the table. The 4-seam fastball, the curveball, the slider, the change, and the split finger, while he'll also mix in a different arm slot. The 2-1 pitch. Perez watches the curveball. It's called for strike. Upper half of the zone as the count runs even at 2. Rahm will only really use the sidearm delivery for his slider and his 2-seamer. As the 2-2 is instead a pickoff, Carpio trots back into first, doesn't get a tag. Lengthy bottom of the 3rd right now that has seen only 1 base hit. No other base runners. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted through the gap to right field, a base hit. Carpio stops at second as Watson picks it. But Perez now has hits in 3 of his last 4 games and extends the inning with a 2-out single to right, pushing tying run to second base. And Andre Lipsius is into the box. Here comes Josh Conway. This has been an extremely long inning for Drew Rahm. There's no other way to cut it. Over his last 2 innings alone, Rahm has thrown a combined 42 pitches. Let's see if we can count up the pitches in this inning specifically. His last 2 batters, he's thrown 16 pitches. I can tell you that much. So it was 5 to Wenzel Perez, and then the 11-pitch battle before he finally struck out Gage Workman. It's been a 24-pitch inning for Rahm. 2 strikeouts, 2 singles, runners at first and second. And now Andre Lipsius, who also grounded out to second in the first inning. Lefty on righty still. As the first pitch comes in, and it's down and inside a fastball. 1-0 to open. So with runner at second now, the runner at first doesn't need to be held on. J.D. Mundy can play at a regular first base position. But they still have almost an exaggerated pull on when it comes to the right side of the infield, the 1-0. Misses down to the right-hander. Count goes to 2-0. So A.J. Graffinino at second is already playing very, very close to the bag. Still leaves a mildly open gap to the right side. Andre Lipsius hits it to the opposite field about a third of the time. The 2-0 pitch. Lipsius flinches on a fastball up and inside, and the count goes to 3-0. Well, you can't lose Lipsius here, but you have to feed him a strike. The 3-0 in there for strike one. Yes, Lipsius didn't have the green light. Not sure why he wouldn't have. You have to feed a guy a strike like that with Kerry Carpenter on deck. 22 home runs for Carpenter, including a grand slam. But now Lipsius definitely has the green light on 3-1. The pitch fouled off right side. Rahm runs it full. That's just his second full count of the day, if you can believe it. So many long plate appearances have usually stopped at 2-2. Rahm struck out Quincy Naporti on a full count to open the second. First and second, 2 away in the bottom of the third. The 3-2 pitch. Runners go, and it's fouled off. Curveball came in high. And the count remains full. Rahm holds. He sets at the chest. Steps forward 1/2 step. Looks back runner at second twice. Now 3 times. Sends home the 3-2, and it's fouled off once more. That time a high fastball as Lipsius is still protecting the top half of the zone. But 2 straight pitches there. You imagine Rahm goes with the curveball low and in for this next offering. Rahm comes set again. Sends home another 3-2. Misses inside for ball 4. Rahm not happy with that one. More confused than anything. But his first walk of the day loads the bases here in the bottom of the third. And Bowie's going to get an arm up in the bullpen. The third inning was Rahm's trouble inning, his last time out. He gave up 4 runs and 5 hits, all within the span of those 3 outs. As Clayton McGinnis is warming in the bullpen for Bowie. Kerry Carpenter in. First pitch. Did it hit him? Or did it get a knob of the bat? It got the knob. The home plate umpire tossed up the dead ball. Didn't signal to first. It's just a foul as Carpenter got a small piece of it while flinching on a high fastball. He's 1 for 4 this season with the bases loaded, a grand slam. He struck out twice. Infield plays him deep, outfield does too. The 0-1 pitch. Carpenter watches down and away, and the count runs even at 1. Bases loaded, 2 away here in the bottom of the third as Bowie leads 1-0. Rahm trying to keep it that way. But Erie's been making him work. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Carpenter way too far ahead of the curveball. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Big opportunity for the put down here from Rahm. He sets. The 1-2 to Carpenter. Popped foul off the netting back behind the plate. So the count remains. But just in terms of pitches thrown in this frame, Rahm could be done after Kerry Carpenter, whether he reaches or not. He sets once more. Another 1-2 pitch. Popped up right side, very deep. Foul ground, getting out of play and fully out of play. Touches down onto the patio deck again. This is where Rahm has ran into so many of his problems when it comes to putting down batters, leaving so many foul balls up for grabs. 88 pitches in 4 innings in his last start. 85 pitches in just 3 2/3 in his start before that. Bases loaded, 2 away in the bottom of the third. Another 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Carpenter tried to check his swing and a curveball way too far outside, and the umpire let him know right away. It's the 6th strikeout for Drew Rahm, and it strands the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third. We move on to the 4th at UPMC Park. Bowie holds on to a 1-0 lead. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates, with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Fans, care is around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. No appointment needed. Learn more at patientfirst.com. We're on to the fourth inning here at UPMC Park. A 1-0 Bowie lead. 3, 4, and 5 in the Baysox lineup due up. And the first pitch home to Joey Ortiz is a fastball called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Erie was as close as they possibly could get to tying the game up, maybe taking a lead in the last half inning as Ortiz swings and misses at the next pitch. Fastball down and in from Reese Olson, 0-2. Erie loaded the bases with 2 outs, a single, a strikeout, a single, and then a walk before Ron picked up his 6th strikeout to end the inning. Next pitch to Ortiz is swung on and missed low, and he's down on strikes. 3 pitches from Reese Olson. He's up to 5 strikeouts on the day. Trying to chase Rom right now, but Rom with 6 punch-outs through 3. However, he needed north of 60 pitches to get to that point. Meanwhile, Olson is already into his 4th inning and only on 45 pitches. Here's Maverick Handley, first pitch. Fastball called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1 to open. Handley 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the 1st inning. Next pitch from Olson. Bounces in. The count goes even at a ball and a strike. They play him straight up on the infield as the 1-1 comes in, and it's swung on and missed low to run it to 1-2. Handley's June has started to mellow out a little bit. He was hitting around 350 only about a week and a half ago in the month, but now he's only hitting 293 here in June. The 1-2 pitch misses high, a fastball. Count goes even at 2. But still a 933 OPS, and I said this previously. If this can be his benchmark from here on out, I think that'll be a good thing. And I think that's where we're trending, is that this could be the Handley benchmark. The 2-2. Swing and a miss high for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Reese Olson. He's up to 6 on the day. As Adam Hall will step in. He's the last Bowie base hit. Doubled in the 2nd inning. Went to 3rd base when the catcher tried to back pick and threw it into center field. But after Hall got to 3rd with nobody out, he was thrown out on a fielder's choice, 6-2, a play at the plate. First pitch, right-hander, watches a breaking ball called for strike on the inner edge. It's 0-1. Well, watching Olson last year, again, he only made 5 starts with Erie after being traded over, the 0-1. A flinch on a breaking ball inside. He didn't go around. Count evens at 1. He definitely seemed to be a little bit out of his element, and I can understand a bit why. He only started a couple of games with high A after being traded and then jumped up to double A, all still while kind of relearning how he might be coached. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed low. It's 1-2. But now that he's gotten his rhythm and gotten an understanding through an offseason with the Tigers organization, he's a great pitcher. The 1-2 is lined hard and deep out toward right field. Kerry Carpenter running on it, but it's over his head, will bounce off the top of the wall. Carpenter picks it off of the hop and throws it back to the infield, but Hall slides into second base standing. His 2nd double of the game and 10th of the season is a 2-out 2-bagger here in the 4th. Little opposite field action for Adam Hall. He actually hits it the other way more often than not. At least more often than any other part of the field, I should clarify. But he represents an insurance run in scoring position here for Bowie. In steps Andrew Dashbach, struck out swinging on a 2-2 offering back in the second inning. First pitch home, right-hander Dashbach flinches, fastball misses high, and the count starts out at 1-0. Well, we've just been granted a gorgeous week so far here for this series at UPMC Park, and that's not always the case. Last year, when Bowie made their only trip up to Erie, as the 1-0 pitch comes in, and Dashbach watches slider miss down and away to run the count to 2-0. There was one game that had gotten postponed. I don't think 2 games got postponed. I think it was just one game that got postponed into a doubleheader. And the way that the lake works, it was very similar to how Harrisburg worked, considering that stadium is on an island. The way that Lake Erie works sometimes is the 2-0 pitch misses down for a ball. It's 3-0 on Dashbach. Is that sometimes you'll get some brief little pop-up clouds and maybe some pop-up showers just because of some quick evaporation and reaccumulation not too high up where the weather radars can reach because you're next to such a large body of water. So there was a game postponed when nothing was on the radar. It was very interesting to see. The 3-0 pitch misses high to Dashbach, and he's aboard. First walk given up by Reese Olson today, and it's first and second with 2 out for Zach Watson. Yeah, that was a very interesting series here at UPMC Park last season. Weather was a lot funkier. The play wasn't necessarily the best. Grayson Rodriguez had the best outing of just about anyone on the field. I believe he struck out 12 batters. Part of his Pitcher of the Year performance. Zach Watson steps in after grounding into a fielder's choice his first time up. First pitch swung on and missed. Fastball away, and it's 0-1 to open. First and second, 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts to open, but then a double by Adam Hall and Andrew Dashbach drawing a 4-pitch walk. As the 0-1 comes into Watson, and it swung on and missed again. Spun the changeup outside, and it's 0-2. That's that changeup of Olson's that has drawn so much praise. Pair it well with the fastball and bring it out on the second trip through the lineup early, then it can really throw off what the batter's expecting, and it's working right now against Watson. He's behind 0-2 as Olson sets. Looks back runner at second twice and fires the pitch. It's fouled off of Watson's foot. We'll do it once more at 0-2. It's also been a pair of good turnouts these past couple of days for Erie as well. They got nearly 4,000 yesterday. And their suite levels look to be very, very crowded today, as well as their newly added party deck in right field. Olson sets again for another 0-2 offering. On its way. Way high. Fastball. 1-2 the count on Watson now. That was pitch number 62 for Reese Olson. So again, I could maybe see him getting into the 6th. But it all depends on how Bowie wraps up this inning and maybe into the 5th. The 1-2. Watson watches inside. That's a tough changeup to lay off, but Watson did a good job of it, and it runs the count even. Again, Bowie ahead 1-0 here in the top of the 4th. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Seawolves. Olson sets again out of the stretch. Fires the 2-2, and it swung on in line, softly to left, down for a base hit. Hall gets the go sign from Kyle Moore. The throw comes in, and it's late. RBI single for Zach Watson. He does it again. Bowie leads 2-0 here in the top of the 4th. A resilient plate appearance for Watson after swinging and missing at the first 2 offerings. Saw the initial changeup too far inside. Olson tried to feed it to him again, see if he would watch it again, but Watson realized what was happening, found something just well enough on the meat of the plate, and served it out to left field for an RBI single. His 12th run driven in of the season, and the Baysox double up their lead with a bit of insurance. Leads to a mound visit from pitching coach Dan Reichabal as Andrew Dashbach goes to second base. The situation is the same for left-hander J.D. Mundy coming up to bat. Got a chance to tell you about Pest Now. They're a proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, and they provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, anything from general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. 301-231-8300 or visit them online at pestnow.com. Well, the umpire's got to do his job at this point. The clock is expired for the length of the mound visit, and Dan Reicheball is still just standing there. The umpire is there in the mound visit, but he's not doing anything to break it up. He's just standing there staring. You've got to enforce the rules, at least in some capacity. Now Reicheball is leaving, but I mean, what's the point of the clock if you're going to let it run, if you're going to let the mound visit go on for 15 more seconds? I get that that doesn't necessarily mean much in the grand scheme of things, but you want to put those little bits in place for the entirety of the pace of play. That's my little soapbox moment. Here's J.D. Mundy. First pitch, left-hander, watches called strike. Changeup hits up and away, and it's 0-1 to open. Mundy struck out looking on a 2-2 pitch back in the second inning. He's only hitting 167 this season with runners in scoring position. They stand at first and second now with the infield played to pull. The 0-1. Mundy lifts it high, shallow to right. Gary Carpenter ranging down a little bit to his left as well, and he closes the gap to make the play and in the inning. Bowie strands 2 on, but they do bring 1 across. An RBI single by Zach Watson with 2 outs. And as we move to the bottom of the 4th, Bowie leads 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox now lead 2-0. Drew Rahm is coming back out for his 4th inning of work. It was a lengthy 3rd inning for Rahm, nearly 30 pitches. He loaded the bases but racked up 3 strikeouts and did not allow a run across. As Quincy Naporti will dig into the box, it'll be him, Dane Myers, and then Dylan Dingler to bat. Lefty on righty as the first pitch from Rahm comes in, and it's a breaking ball that misses down and inside, 1-0 to open. We're at one of the toughest parts of the day, especially for a pitcher, where the shadow is practically bisecting the mound. You start on the rubber in the shade, but as you cross over, you head into the sunlight, the 1-0. Misses inside, and the count goes to 2-0 on Naporti, who struck out looking on a full count pitch back in the second. He didn't like the call. It was a high fastball at the time. But Rahm is behind 2-0 to open here in the 4th. Next pitch. Misses down and inside a fastball, and it runs to 3-0 as Rahm tries to rearrange some of the dirt in the planting area in front of the rubber. Here's the 3-0. A 4-pitch walk. Fastball missed high, and that's the second walk given up by Rahm today. First time all game that Erie has gotten the leadoff batter on base. So again, it's thankful that Bowie did get the additional run. And Zach Watson's RBI single in the 4th. Watson has RBI in 3 consecutive games now for Bowie, as Dane Myers will step in. This next pitch is going to be number 72 from Drew Rahm. As the first offering comes to Myers, and it's popped foul right side. 0-1 to open. Clayton McGinnis was warming in the last half inning while Rom labored, and it looks like he's starting to toss again. Leadoff walk, of course, not the most proper sign. As the 0-1 comes home, and Myers watches it miss down and inside. Count goes even, and a ball on a strike. Naporti not a big stolen base threat. He did steal yesterday, but it was more in the vein to try and coax a throw with a runner at first and at third. Naporti tried to get the throw to second and see if the runner at third could take off, but no throw came. The 1-1 curveball lined out toward deep right center field, but Watson sees it. He runs in, crosses into the shade, and makes the catch. One away. That is the first fly out all game. It was 3 consecutive groundouts to open the game, all to second base. And then the next 6 outs were all via strikeout. Rom struck out the side in the second and then racked up his 3 Ks around the 2 singles and a walk in the third. Here's Dylan Dingler. First pitch grounded back to Rom. It hits off his glove. Bare hands, throws to second for 1. They go back to first, and it's late. That first little bounce off of Rom's glove ate up the last possible second for them to maybe get Dingler at first. So the fielder's choice goes 6? I believe it was 1-6. That was Joey Ortiz. So the 1-6 choice eliminates the lead runner, Naporti. And it is the second out of the inning, but obviously the double play would have been very, very nice. As Eric De La Rosa will step in, he struck out swinging on 3 pitches, whiffed on all of them in the third inning. First pitch home. There's a curveball called for strike on the inside edge, 0-1. Well, I had mentioned De La Rosa, his strikeout numbers, his swinging strike numbers are very suspect. Swings and misses at about 1 out of every 5 pitches he's seen this season. Here's the 0-1. Popped up on the infield, out towards shallow right, curling into the sunshine. A.J. Graffinino is called off by Zach Watson, and Watson makes the catch. The right fielder came down a long way, and he'll keep running back to the dugout. The inning is over. Leadoff walk of no consequence as we move to the 5th. Bowie leads 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
Well, always glad to have you along on the broadcast as we continue on from UPMC Park here in Erie, Pennsylvania. Matt Sabatas with you on a very gorgeous sunny day, a beautiful Friday night here in the northwest corner of the Keystone State. Bowie leads the Erie Seawolves 2-0 after 4 innings. Reese Olson is back to work on the mound for Erie as we move to the 5th. A.J. Graffinino will lead off. First pitch to the left-hander is a fastball that misses low. It's 1-0 to open up. Well, you can hear the hum of the fluorescent lights that have just flickered on here around the ballpark. They'll carry some of the load as the day progresses. The 1-0 to Graffinino misses inside, and it's 2-0. It'll be Graffinino, then Hudson Haskin and Cesar Prieto due up in this half inning, if any reach. Joey Ortiz to follow. Here's the 2-0. Graffinino watches fastball miss high, and the count goes to 3-0. Graffinino struck out swinging on a 2-2 offering back in the third inning. This is only the second 3-ball count. Make it the third 3-ball count for Olson today. He's walked one batter. The 3-0, make it 2 batters. Misses inside, and Graffinino goes to first. Previous walk was also a 4-pitch walk. Andrew Dashbach drew it in the fourth inning. He got to second base but was left stranded. Back to the top of the lineup now, and Haskin, who had the solo home run on a 1-0 pitch to open the game. Hit it just above the high left field wall off of the Erie Insurance Arena. Runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the fifth. First pitch home to Hudson. He squares and bunts it in the air, but foul. And it got so high up, it hit off the screen. See if he tries again after that one. The superstitious man in me would say that's a sign to not go again, but of course the analytical side says, it's still only 0-1. He can still try for it. He does not, as the 0-1 is swung on and missed anyway outside. You can't anymore as it goes to 0-2. Hudson grounded out to the shortstop his last time up in the third inning. Want to avoid that here, but they play him on the pull side just for that purpose. The 0-2 pitch, fouled off right side, and the count remains. Shadows are pushing across most of the infield right now. There's a small bit of the right field corner still in some sunlight, and of course the batting area is still in sunlight. As Graffinino has a hearty lean to second, but stays put on the 0-2 pitch. It's fouled off again right side. Count remains. Olson taking his time. He's up to 74 pitches now. Haskin did use the opportunity to step out of the box and reset himself, but now Olson is finally set on the rubber. Graffinino rushes to get into his lead off of first base. He wasn't as attuned to it as the 0-2 bounces in, kept in front by Dylan Dingler, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Could Drew Rom be going out for a 5th inning? He did have a clean 4th. But was getting up to 70 pitches, and I don't see anyone warming in the bullpen for Bowie. The 1-2 pitch to Haskin is flinched on. Breaking ball misses down and inside, and the count runs even. Graffinino always twitching those legs, ready to get rolling whenever he needs to, but the 2-2, as he stays put, is down and inside for ball 3. An excellent plate appearance right now for Hudson Haskin. To fall behind 0-2 at the jump, foul off 2 straight pitches, and then watch 3 straight out of the zone to run it full. Try to draw the hand of Olson here. As the payoff comes in, Graffinino takes off, and it's in the dirt. Bounces off of the catcher, so Dingler sprints out from behind home plate to make sure that Graffinino doesn't advance. He does not. Haskin is content with the walk. The 3rd walk of the day by Reese Olson. And it puts runners at first and second with no one out here for Cesar Prieto. This is a season's high for Olson. And it continues, well, I shouldn't say continues, it resurrects a trend of Bowie batting that I had been bringing up a little bit more frequently just over the last 2 days. The walk numbers for Bowie had been on a steady decline. Of course, when you lose Jordan Westberg and Gunnar Henderson, 2 of the best eyes on the team when it comes to strike zone discipline, that was bound to happen, but it had really started to take a head lately. Now, while Bowie still does lead the Eastern League in walks, they're now up to 272 drawn. They didn't draw a single walk until the 9th inning yesterday when A.J. Graffinino drew a free pass on 1 out. But now they've already picked up 3 against Olsen here, who's walked a season's high 3. And they could very reasonably tack on another insurance run as they lead 2-0 with Cesar Prieto at the plate. Dingler steps out from behind home plate to direct traffic. Don't think I saw anyone warming in the Seawolves bullpen. First pitch home, lefty Prieto plunked him on the tricep, and he just knocks the ball over toward the dugout with a golf swing. Does not look at Olsen and will gladly take his base. Now he does as he slowly walks up the first base line, but looks back to the dugout as he gets ready to toss what remains of his batting equipment. So this has not been a polished inning for Reese Olsen by any metric. A 4-pitch walk to open, worked ahead on Hudson Haskin 0-2 and then walked him, and hits Cesar Prieto on the first pitch to load the bases for Joey Ortiz. Ortiz on the season 1 for 3 with the bases loaded, 3 runs batted in. First pitch home, and he watches high a breaking ball. It's 1-0 to open. The middle infielders are not playing in. They seem to be content with turning 2 and trading a run. Corner infielders, of course, in on the baselines. Olsen sends home the 1-0, and it's grounded hard over the leaping grab of the third baseman. Everyone's going to be safe. The run scores as Ortiz gets it in with the Baltimore chop. It's 3-0. Andre Lipsius really had to square that one up and put all of his effort into that hop, but it was just over the top of his glove. Go down as a single, an RBI knock for Joey Ortiz, his 29th run batted in of the season, and it's going to knock Olsen out of the game. Bases still loaded, still no one out, and a new pitcher will come in for Erie. Gabe Alvarez makes the pull, and we'll tell you about the new hurler in just a second. Bowie ahead 3-0 here in the 5th. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back here to UPMC Park as we continue on with the top of the 5th inning. Bowie extending their 2-0 lead, now 3-0, thanks to an RBI single on the infield by Joey Ortiz with the bases loaded. New pitcher will come out of the bullpen for the Seawolves. It's number 35, Billy Lesher. First time that we've seen him in this series. Can probably get a couple of innings out of him. He's only made 9 appearances this year, full numbers in a bit. But we close the line on Reese Olsen, who is responsible for all 3 runners aboard. 4 innings plus 4 batters. He gave up 5 hits and currently 3 runs all earned. He struck out 6 and walked 3, a season's high 3 walks. As Lesher steps in, he takes on Maverick Handley, who's 0 for 2 on the season with the bases loaded. He's driven in 3 runs, including a bases loaded walk. Middle infielders still look to turn 2 and trade a run for it. First pitch misses wide and away. It's 1-0 to open. Billy Lesher, a 6'4", 215-pound, 25-year-old right-hander from Jacksonville, Florida. 17th round draft selection in 2017. 9 appearances for Erie this year. No record, a 5.40 ERA. The 1-0. Handley watches curveball miss away, and the count goes to 2-0. Lesher has worked 10 innings this season, struck out 7. He's walked 2 and allowed 1 home run. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 5th, but we already ahead 3-0. The 2-0 pitch. Handley swings through a high fastball that brings him to a knee. Tried to put the muscle into it, see if he could send it off the left field wall, but comes up short. 2-1 the count. Handley has struck out twice today, both swinging. Next pitch. Popped up, right side, out toward foul ground. Long run for Carpenter, but he'll watch it get out of play. Hits off of one of the stairways, and it runs the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, now with a 3-run advantage, and again, still no action in the Bowie bullpen, the Baysox could potentially go to Drew Rom. They'd have even more of an opportunity to do so depending on how the rest of this inning shakes out, if they can add on more and not leave these 3 on the table. The 2-2 to Handley. Fouled off, back to the screen. Ahead of the changeup, and the count remains. After Handley, it's Adam Hall. Plenty of great work for Hall this season with runners in scoring position and with the bases loaded. Just got to get it out of the infield here, too. Bowie has had their trouble with that lately. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss high for strike 3. First strikeout for Billy Lesher, 7th overall for Erie pitching, and there's 1 away for Adam Hall. Because Hall led off the second inning with a double and moved to third with nobody out, but he was thrown out at home. Bowie lost out on a runner at third situation there. They lost out on a runner at third in the first inning of yesterday's game, and then in the 8th inning in the same game. And then in the 11th-inning walk-off loss, they had a runner thrown out at home trying to score from third in the 10th. First pitch to Hall, swung on and missed, high fastball. It's 0-1 to open. Hall is 3 for 5 this season with the bases loaded. 7 runs batted in, no strikeouts or walks. It's Ortiz at first, Prieto at second, and Haskin at third. With 1 out, the 0-1 to Adam Hall is knuckled foul up the first base line. Slices down onto the warning track. Runs the count to 0-2. Fastball inside. Lesher really trying to dance out of this dangerous situation. So far, so good for him. A strikeout, and now the second batter behind 0-2. The next pitch to Hall. Misses high, a fastball. Couldn't get him to chase. Count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hall is 2 for 2 on the day, a pair of doubles. He scored in the 4th inning after doubling with 2 outs. Coming around on Zach Watson's line drive single to left field. Lesher steps off the back of the rubber briefly and resets. Holds ball in hand, hunched over behind the waist. Now brings ball to glove at the waist. The 1-2 to Hall. Check swing, called strike 3 on a high fastball. Hall can't believe it. As soon as he voices his disbelief in the first little moment of exclamation, he keeps to himself as he heads back to the dugout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Billy Lesher, and the bases remain loaded now with 2 outs for Andrew Dashbach. Andrew is 0 for 7 on the season with the bases loaded. He's walked once, driven in 2 runs, and struck out 5 times. First pitch. Fouled off. Back to the screen, and it's 0-1. Bowie's had their problems with runners left on base this season. It'd be really tough if they leave these 3 aboard here. The 0-1 pitch. Dashbach takes it on the arm. A run will score. The hit by pitch got his tricep. Not the prettiest way to drive in a run, but he did. Bowie leads 4-0. Bases remain loaded on the second hit by pitch of the inning. First by Lesher, of course. And now Zach Watson in. 8th batter of the inning for Bowie. Watson 2 for 5 this season with the bases loaded. 3 strikeouts. He's driven in 2 runs. He had the RBI single to left in the 4th inning. First pitch home. Watson watches slider miss away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Well, you have to wonder if that hit-by pitch might rattle Lesher a little bit. Try to work too far outside now to compensate, avoid hitting another batter, and lead to, who knows, maybe a walk. The 1-0 misses away again. Slider runs it to 2-0. Lesher started the year with low A Lakeland. Only had 8 1/3 innings of work, but a 1.32 whip. Right-hander sets. The 2-0 to Watson. Dots the inside edge for a called strike, a fastball, and the count goes to 2-1. Lesher spent plenty of time with Erie last season. 27 games out of the bullpen, 31 in the 3rd innings, and a 4.60 ERA, 40 punch-outs to only 11 walks. Bases loaded, 2 away. The 2-1 pitch. Watson watches that same pitch, called for strike on the inside edge, to run the count even at 2. Bowie ahead 4-0. Already 2 runs across here in the 5th, but they've had the potential for so much more. Lesher sets at the waist, looks in, and fires the 2-2. Watson swings and misses on a high fastball. So the Baysox load the bases with nobody out. They do get 2 runs across, but still strand them loaded. We're halfway home here at UPMC Park. Bowie leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as Drew Rahm is headed out to try and set himself up in line for a win. The Seawolves lead 4-0, but they left the bases loaded in the top of the 5th. They did bring home 2 runs, but still kept them loaded the entire time as Rahm faces 8-9-1 to start the 5th. First pitch to Luis Carpio is a curveball called for strike, upper inside corner. It was walk, hit by pitch, RBI single. And the Baysox had a prime opportunity, but strikeout as the 0-1 is fouled off right side. 0-2. Strikeout took away a lot of the Baysox chances. They were fortunately gifted a second run in the inning when Andrew Dashbach was hit by another pitch. Here's the 0-2 to Carpio. Flinch on a curveball inside. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Carpio singled up the middle in the 3rd inning, made it to 3rd on a very long inning by Rahm. He needed just about 25 pitches, but he still struck out 3 batters in that frame. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a foul off of home and off of Carpio. As the count remains, Carpio spins out of the box and hops a little bit up the line. Try and keep the blood moving. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. If Rahm can collect an out here, it will be his longest start in well over a month. Last time he pitched into the 5th inning and collected an out in the 5th inning was May 4th. When he went into the 6th against Harrisburg. It was his longest outing of the year, 5 1/3. Here's the 1-2 to Carpio. Curveball, broken bat, bouncer to third. Holding back and scooping, Cesar Prieto rips it to first. That was a bullet. 5-3 put out, and Rahm's got the first out here in the 5th inning. Very glad to see the leash has been taken off of Rahm for now. How long he might be let out for, I'm not sure, because his season's high is only 88 pitches, and that was actually his last start. And he is at 82 right now. His season high 88 is actually the highest by any Baysox pitcher this season. First pitch to Gage Workman comes in low, and the count starts out at 1-0. And that's just part of the reason why Bowie doesn't actually have very many starting pitcher wins this season. Of their 25 wins, only 11 have gone to starters. Next pitch to Workman, called a strike on a breaking ball low, and the count evens at 1. Workman struck out swinging on a 2-2 pitch back in the 3rd. The 1-1 pitch is a curveball that misses up and inside, and the count goes to 2-1. I could see this being the last batter that Rahm faces, as Noah Denoyer is warming in the bullpen. The 2-1 pitch. Curveball dots the upper inside corner for a called strike. It's 2-2. Well, Denoyer's been the usual back end for Drew Rahm in his starts, but he usually comes in to start an inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a breaking ball away. Workman might have pieced it, but it's in the catcher's mitt. And that's the 7th strikeout for Rahm. One shy of tying a season's high set all the way back in mid-April. And Wenzel Perez will step up. Start of the 3rd trip through the order for Rahm. And they're leaving him out there to try and finish the 5th. First pitch. Perez swings and misses on a high breaking ball. It's 0-1 to open. Always glad to see Rahm when he's working, when he's just in the groove. And that's what it's looking like right now. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball fouled off back to the screen, and it's 0-2. Perez singled to right field in the 3rd, made it to 2nd and was left stranded. He grounded out to the 2nd baseman in the 1st. Rahm looks to punch him out on 3 pitches. Bases empty, 2 away. The 0-2 pitch. Grounded over to short. Long run for Ortiz. Picks it on the run at the knee. Charges and fires it to first. A 6-3 putout ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Drew Rahm. His longest start in over a month. A beauty. 5 scoreless innings for the lefty. And we're on to the 6th. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Come on out and get ready to celebrate Independence Day with fireworks on July 2nd and July 3rd when the Richmond Flying Squirrels come to town. Hope to see you there.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
On to the 6th inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox maintain a 4-0 advantage. Billy Lesher is going to continue his relief work for the Erie Seawolves. He came in a supremely tough situation, all things considered. Bases loaded, nobody out, to only allow one inherited runner to score. That's commendable. He struck out 3 batters and hit 1. That was it. J.D. Mundy will lead off, left-hander. First pitch, swung on and missed, and it's 0-1 to open. So with that 5th inning closed, the line on Reese Olson is also closed. He finished 4 innings plus some batters, trying to work into the 5th. 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 6 strikeouts and 3 walks. Next pitch to Mundy, a slider, misses down and inside as the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Well, as the Seawolves have been mired in their own hotly contested playoff race in the Southwest Division, things are not looking good for them. The 1-0 grounded over to first, softly, picked up by Quincy Neporti, and he takes it to the bag himself, 3 unassisted. Because, of course, Erie losing right now, that's the first part. To get in the playoffs, you kind of have to do some winning. But they also have needed a lot of help, and right now they're just currently not getting it. Because Akron, the leading team in the Southwest Division, is currently on top of Harrisburg 2-1 in the top of the 4th inning over at Canal Park. And then Richmond has a no-hitter going after 5 innings over at the Diamond. A.J. Graffinino is into the box, and the first pitch home to him misses high. It's 1-0. Richmond leads Portland 6-1, but even with the 1 run, it's still a no-hitter. As the next pitch to Graffinino is pop foul back behind the screen and hits off of the top of the awning, headed back down to the bottom edge of the 2nd level here at UPMC Park. Count goes even to a ball and a strike. Bases empty, 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning as Bowie leads 4-0. Lesher sets out of the stretch. Third base side of the rubber, fires the 0-1, and it's bounced past the mound, out toward the shortstop, but off the glove of Gage Workman trying to pick it. Rolls slowly out to right field. That's going to have to go down as a base hit with how slowly it was hit, and considering Workman tried to glove it on the first base side of second. So Graffinino has a hit, breaks out of a 2-game hitless skid, and he's reached safely in consecutive plate appearances. Bowie gets a 1-out runner aboard. But the way things are right now, Erie could be eliminated from the playoffs tonight. Bowie could play the spoiler. Here's Hudson Haskin, first pitch, called a strike in the lower inside corner. Count opens up at 0-1. Because if Akron wins and Erie loses, Erie would be 2 games out of first place with 2 games left to play. Runner goes. The 0-1 pitch is called a strike, down and in. Throw to second is late. A little high as Graffinino got the slide in clean. That's his 3rd stolen base of the season. He's yet to be caught. Dingler allows his, what is that? If I can do math right. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. His 16th stolen base of the year in 27 opportunities. So 0-2 on Haskin as the next pitch comes in, and it misses low. Eats up some dirt and falls between the legs of the catcher, Dylan Dingler. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Now, the tie-breaking scenarios are definitely a little funky in some ways. The tiebreakers go like this. First, it's head-to-head record. And from what I understand, Erie does not have a winning head-to-head record against Akron or Richmond. They only won 1 of the 6 games they played against the Squirrels this first half. The 1-2 pitch to Haskins. Swing and a miss. High fastball. He's down. That's already the 4th strikeout for Billy Lesher today. 2nd out here in the 6th inning. 10 strikeouts overall for Erie pitching. So the first tiebreaker is head-to-head record. And if it's a series split, say they only play 6 games in the first half and they each won 3, then it goes to the best overall winning percentage over the last 20 total games. That's it. I found that one to be interesting. As left-hander Cesar Prieto digs in. Lesher sets, looks back Graffinino at second and fires the first. Prieto watches pitch miss up and away, and the count goes to 1-0. So it is actually very interesting that the Wait, these are the AAA ones specifically. Well, it's the same, it seems. Next pitch to Prieto, misses down and inside. Count goes to 2-0. So, yeah, the tiebreakers still are the same for AAA and the lower levels. The head-to-head record is the first tiebreaker. The second tiebreaker is best winning percentage over the last 20 games played. And then the third is best winning percentage, as the 2-0 comes in low to Prieto, 3-0. The third tiebreaker is best winning percentage over an additional game. So instead of the last 20 games, then the last 21 games. And if that's still tied, then to the last 22 games, then the last 23. It just keeps going. Because eventually you can't have every team have an identical win-loss record right down to each individual game played. Next pitch home to Prieto is called a strike. Fastball inside edge, and the count goes to 3-1. Runner at second, 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning as Bowie leads 4-0. Small strip of sunlight just in front of home plate at this point. Everything else covered in shade. Lesher sends home the 3-1, and Prieto serves on a line to center field. De La Rosa hesitates on it for a moment before running in and making the catch down at the knee. Line out to center ends the inning, and the runner left at second base. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Bowie leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox lead 4-0. Drew Rahm calls it a day. What a day it was for the left-hander. 5 innings of scoreless ball for Rahm. 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, only 2 walks allowed. Longest start for him since May 4th, and his longest scoreless start since he tossed 5 blanks against Binghamton back on April 14th. Noah Denoyer takes over on the mound, and the first pitch home from the right-hander misses up and in to Andre Lipsy as it's 1-0. Denoyer, the usual back-end arm in a piggybacking role for Rahm, should be able to finish the game as the 1-0 pitch is called a strike in the upper inside corner. It's 1-1. Denoyer, a 6'5", 225-pound right-hander, signed as a minor league free agent back in 2019. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider misses down and away, and the count to 1-2. Lipsy is 0 for 1 in the day, grounded out to second base in the first, walked in the third on a full count, and was left at first base. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He reaches for a high breaking ball and pokes it slowly to third. Running with it, Prieto scoops in mid-stride, throws it to first in time. A flowing play by Cesar Prieto over at third base. Did not break the stride at all along the motion to the transfer and the throw. Beautiful. And now here's Kerry Carpenter. Noah Denoyer on the season has made 7 appearances for Bowie, gone 0-1 with a 1.98 ERA. 27 and a third innings of work. He struck out 35 and walked only 5. He's allowed 4 homers. The first pitch comes in to Carpenter. It's a breaking ball called for strike on the inside edge. He does have a save under his belt, and that's normally because of rolls like this. If he can finish the game and maintain the lead, then he'll earn a save. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Carpenter ahead on a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. That's one of the quirks you don't see in the save rule as often, especially in the big leagues, since they have routine closers. You don't see the additional clause in the save rule that says if a pitcher finishes the game in which his team wins, so the 0-2 pitch, misses wide for a ball and 2 strikes. If the pitcher finishes a game in which his team wins and throws at least 3 innings, regardless of score, he's credited with a save. The 1-2 pitch to Carpenter. Misses away, and the count goes to 2-2. Of course, he can't be the winning pitcher, so you can have a 10-0 game in which your team was leading 10-0 the entire time, but if a reliever comes in and pitches 4 innings, then they pick up the save. The 2-2 misses away, and the count runs full on Carpenter. Denoyer is coming off of a 4-inning outing against Binghamton, in which he allowed a run very early on and then shut them down for 3 innings. The 3-2 pitch, late swing, poked foul. That sends some bodies flying in the Seawolves dugout left side, but fortunately it hit off of the railing in front. Here's another 3-2, popped up, left side of the infield. Ortiz and Prieto converging. It's Ortiz with the call and the catch. Pop out to short, and there's 2 away. Well, Denoyer has been so keen on those strike-throwing capabilities, a lot of the time because of his quick rhythm on the mound. He draws a swinging strike on 15% of his pitches and works a lot of pop-ups. He fires the first to Quincy Naporti, and it's a changeup that misses wide. 1-0 to open. Here's the next. Naporti lines it out to right, where Zach Watson sees. Watches it slice a little before ranging to his left to make the catch. 3 up, 3 down inning. Denoyer doing his stuff. 7th inning coming up. Bowie leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Hey, Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
Hey fans, don't miss out. Sunday, July 31st, it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium. You can make your way out to the ballpark and catch some of your favorite costumed heroes roaming the concourse, maybe putting on a couple of shows too. I'm not sure what sort of powers they may specifically have. I don't want to test it. I don't want to get in trouble or get hurt by any chance. But if you're also one of the first 750 fans through the gates, 13 and up, you will be the fine recipient of a Grayson Rodriguez super bobblehead, as Rodriguez rips off the jersey to reveal the superhero costume beneath. That's Sunday, July 31st at Prince George's Stadium, so be sure to get your tickets at Baysox.com. We're on to the 7th here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox lead 4-0. The Erie Seawolves will go into a new pitcher. It's Chavez Fernander out of the bullpen. Billy Lesher calling it a day, a very respectable 2-inning relief performance after having to come in with bases loaded and nobody out in the 5th. We'll get you his full line in a second as Fernander foots the rubber to face off against Joey Ortiz. First pitch to the right-hander is swung on, grounded hard to third. Good grab on the low bounce by Andre Lipsius, and he gets it to first in time. Lipsius had to take that one just probably only a couple of inches up from the dirt and throws out Ortiz 5-3. So Lesher finishes his day, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. He did allow an inherited runner to score, but no runs of his own. He struck out 4 and did not walk any. As Maverick Handley steps into the box. First pitch home to the right-hander is driven the other way. Kerry Carpenter sees it and running on the slice, makes the catch on the line. Quickly 2 gone. And Adam Hall will bat. Let's tell you a little bit about Chavez Fernander. He's a fun story. A native of the Bahamas. 6'3", 205-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Freeport. 35th round draft selection in 2018. There are not too many Bahamian-born baseball players. There's only one active in the major leagues right now. First pitch to Adam Hall. It's called a strike. Fastball on the top half. It's 0-1. That's the first pitch that a Bowie batter didn't go after from Chavez Fernander. Joey Ortiz grounded out. Maverick Hanley flew out. Hall is 2 for 3 on the day. A pair of doubles, a run scored, a strikeout. The 0-1. He flinches and a curveball inside. Count goes even at 1. Well, have you had time to think about which major league player I was discussing? It's Jazz Chisholm for Miami, the only active major leaguer native of the Bahamas. The 1-1. Hall swings at it, an inside-out swing on the hands to third, barehanded by Lipsius and sent to first but late. A delayed reaction on that one, and you can't blame the third baseman as that breaking ball came in on Hall, and he really had to just pivot the swing up against his chest pretty much to roll it up the third base line. Lipsius had to sprint in and curl around it before trying the bare hand, but he comes up short. So Hall is aboard, and the inning continues for Andrew Dashbach. Adam Hall picks up his second 3-hit game of the season, 11th multi-hit game overall. Pickoff throw to first, no tag. We'll wait on the first offering to Dashbach. Well, he saw his 8-game hit streak come to a close yesterday with an 0-for-4 performance. Featured a pair of strikeouts. He's 0-for-1 today with a walk and a hit by pitch. Hall does have the wheels. He feigns the takeoff with a secondary lead, and the pitch comes in for a called strike inside. It's 0-1 to open. Fernander, using just about every second of the pitch clock that he has, fires the next. It's a fastball called for strike on the inside edge. Already 0-2. Well, this is an inverse of what Bowie's going with Noah Denoyer. Denoyer usually uses 4 seconds at the most of the pitch clock. Meanwhile, Fernander only has 5 seconds left. He hasn't even come set yet. He finally does with 3 seconds to pitch and delivers. Misses high, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. I think technically he was supposed to get hit with a pitch clock violation there. But yeah, I suppose you could give him a little bit of a buffer. Watch it a little more intensely this time as he looks back to first, sets with 7 seconds to deliver, drops to the chest. Hall takes a secondary lead and goes, but it's fouled off. Fastball came up and away. We'll wait on another 1-2 to Dashbach. We'll see if Hall tries it again, but clearly at the time that Fernander takes, he locks himself in. Hall's lead right now relatively short as Fernander sets, takes a half step of a secondary, stays put as the 1-2 misses down. Count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bowie ahead 4-0 here in the top of the 7th inning, seeing if they can maybe increase. But they went down on just 2 pitches to start this inning. A ground out by Joey Ortiz and a fly out by Maverick Handley. Here's the 2-2. Hall flinches on a changeup that misses inside. So the count runs full, and we're back to that full count quirkiness of Andrew Dashbach this season. He's now worked 48 full counts this year. He does not have a base hit on any of them, but he does draw plenty of walks. There goes Hall. The payoff is fouled off back to the screen. Count remains full. 48 plate appearances to full counts. That's the 5th most in the league. And among the top 50 batters in the league for most full counts, Dashbach is the only one that does not have a base hit. There goes Hall. The 3-2 is swung on in line on a bounce to second, picked on the hop by Carpio, and sent to first. So the streak continues for Andrew Dashbach as the inning ends. A 4-3 putout, and we stretch here at UPMC Park. Bowie leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox still maintain their 4-0 advantage. First pitch home from Noah Denoyer to Dane Myers is called a strike, a fastball inside edge. 0-1 to start. Myers, Dingler, De La Rosa due up in this half inning as the 0-1 pitch is fouled off back to the screen. 0-2. Well, we were dissecting Chavez Fernander in his long, methodical work on the mound in the last half inning, saying how different it was to the quick and speedy deliveries of Noah Denoyer. He fires the 0-2 with 2 seconds passed on the pitch clock, and it's fouled off right side. As soon as the batter is in the box, it's set, turning, firing. That's it. So he holds ball on thigh, glove on the other thigh. He sets at the waist, steps forward a half step, kicks and fires the next, and it's lined to third. Picked by Cesar Prieto. He got it at the shoelaces before it bounced, and a leadoff line out. Noah Denoyer has 4 up, 4 down to start. Now Dylan Dingler. Bowie ahead 4-0. Leadoff home run in the first inning by Hudson Haskin to open the game. It was just the second pitch of the day. First pitch to Dylan Dingler is a breaking ball called for strike, top half. It's 0-1. Dingler is 0 for 2, struck out swinging in the third, bounced into a fielder's choice in the fourth. Nearly got doubled up, but ran it out. The 0-1, swing and a miss, high fastball, and it's 0-2. Bowie got another run across with a pair of 2-out hits in the fourth. First a double by Adam Hall, then an RBI single by Zach Watson. The 0-2 pitch to Dingler, fouled off right side, the count remains. Watson's 3rd consecutive game with a run batted in. And then 2 more runs in the 5th after Bowie loaded the bases with nobody out against the starter Reese Olson. Joey Ortiz had an RBI infield single, and then after a pitching change, Andrew Dashbach was hit by a pitch to drive in a run. The 0-2 to Dingler. Slider misses down and away, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. It's a 4-pitch mix for Denoyer. 4-seam fastball locates well. A curveball, a split finger fastball, and a slider. The 1-2 hits Dingler. Looked to be the curveball inside near the shoulder. That's the second batter that Denoyer has hit this season. And Dingler is the first base runner for Erie in quite some time. Dingler was actually the last base runner, but all he was doing was replacing Quincy Naporti, who had led off the fourth inning with a walk. It was a string of 8 consecutive outs settled by Bowie pitching. Now here's Eric De La Rosa, 0 for 2 day for the right-hander. First pitch, swing and a miss, high fastball, 0-1 to open. De La Rosa has a very open stance. He puts a lot of weight while bending that back knee and opens that front leg up on the balls of his toes, pointed a little bit toward third base while he bounces the bat on his right shoulder. The 0-1 pitch. De La Rosa watches fastball come in low. Count runs even and a ball and a strike. He struck out swinging on 3 pitches, waved at all of them in the third inning, flew out to right field and an 0-1 offering in the fourth. So this is the first time he'd seen a ball outside of the zone all day. 1-1 pitch. Curveball misses up and in, and the count goes to 2-1. Well, of course, Denoyer will slow down considerably when working with runners on base. Not necessarily that he needs to, but to get a little bit more into his rhythm, while he does continually work out of the stretch the entire time. The 2-1 bounced foul off of home plate, and the count runs even at 2. Because, of course, there's a little bit more communication necessary, maybe some more discussion between battery mates on how to pitch a batter with a runner on base as opposed to how to pitch a batter when the bases are empty. So you could try to turn 2. The 2-2 pitch is driven high out toward right, not very deep. Zach Watson ranging on it, far to his left side, finally camps and pulls it down for the second out of the inning. 2 away as Luis Carpio steps into the box. Here's Luis Carpio. Righty on righty. Carpio riding a 1 for 2 day. First pitch. Check swing, called strike. Fastball inside. 0-1 to open. Only 2 hits for Erie so far, and they both came in that third inning. The third inning has been such a weirdly tough inning for Drew Rom lately. He needed nearly 30 pitches for it. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, high fastball, 0-2. But Rom got out of that, logged 3 strikeouts, and stranded the bases loaded, and then cruised through the 5th. He's in line for a win. Would be his 3rd of the year. Denoyer sets, fires the 0-2, and it's popped foul right side. Count remains. Sun is setting here at UPMC Park. Lights carrying a bit of the load, and you can see that darker orange gradient out past the horizon and the tree lines through center field and right field, but still some blue above. Another 0-2 to Carpio. Misses high, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie ahead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Only 2 hits allowed, both came in the 3rd. Denoyer sends the 1-2, and it's reached for, fouled off right side. Carpio had to really flail his bat out there to try and get a piece of the curveball that came home. They play a little bit hard on the pull side. Carpio does pull it nearly half the time. But a wide gap the other way. The 1-2. Swinging a hard hit ball out towards center, but Haskin running in on it. Now stepping back a little bit, curling to his left and making the catch. Fly out to center ends the inning, and a 1-out hit batter is of no consequence. 8th inning coming up here at UPMC Park as Bowie leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fans On the Green Incorporated is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs for the community. Guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Inc. by going to onthegreeninc.com or calling 410-695-0444. Eighth inning here at UPMC Park as the Baysox still maintain a 4-0 advantage. Zach Watson leads it off. It's 7, 8, and 9 for Bowie here in this frame, with Chavez Fernandez still dealing. Watson squares on the first pitch, but he pulls back as a fastball misses down and inside. 1-0 to open up. Watson a 1-for-3 day, an RBI single in the fourth, and he pops this next pitch up, foul ground right side. Naporti ranging, running out of room and officially out of room as the ball reaches the fourth level. Count goes to a ball and a strike here. After Watson, it'll be J.D. Mundy and A.J. Graffinino. Watson back into the box now. And the next pitch. Liner, left field, base hit. That one over the shortstop. And it's picked up by Dane Myers in left, but a 2-hit day for Zach Watson as he continues to roll. He's already on a 4-game hit streak, and that's his 6th multi-hit game of the season. Next step for him is just going to be start pushing it the opposite way. Watson has one of the highest pull rates in the Orioles minor leagues. Over 60%. He's pulled both of his base hits today. But now here's J.D. Mundy. First pitch home to the left-hander. Mundy watches fastball called for strike, top half. It's 0-1. 0-for-3 day for Mundy. He struck out looking in the second inning. Flew out to left field on an 0-1 pitch in the fourth, and then grounded out to first base on a 1-1 pitch to open up the sixth. Here's the 0-1. Mundy watches high, a changeup. Count runs even to a ball and a strike. Bowie ahead 4-0 here in the top of the 8th inning. Trying to break out of a 5-game losing skid. The 1-1 comes home, and Mundy swings through it. High changeup, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. The Baysox have had a handful of lengthy losing streaks this season. Counting them out very briefly. This is the 5th losing streak of 5 or more games this year for Bowie. The 1-2. Mundy watches called strike 3. Curveball on the outside edge. And that's the first strikeout for Chavez Fernandez this evening. 11th overall for Erie pitching. And now here's A.J. Graffinino. Bowie lost 5 games to close out their series with Harrisburg. They won the first 2 games of that 7-game series and then lost the last 5. First pitch to A.J. Graffinino. Left-hander watches high, a fastball. It's 1-0 to open. They had that very tough stretch of 13 losses in 14 games, in which they lost 6 consecutive games, and before that, 7 consecutive games. That was their longest losing streak of the year. The 1-0 pitch. Called a strike on the outer edge of the zone to Graffinino. Count runs even at 1. And really the first sign of the cracks starting to show was that first 5-game losing streak that started during the Richmond series at the end of April. Here's the 1-1 to Graffinino. Fouled off back to the screen. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. And because entering that series with Richmond, Bowie was on a bit of a skirt. They did drop the final 2 of their series with Akron, but they were 8-6 entering the series. Lost the first game to fall to 8-7, but then won the next game to move to 9-7. And then they lost 5 straight, fell to 9-12, and have not been above 500 since. The 1-2 pitch. Graffinino bounces it over to the left side, picked up by the shortstop Gage Workman, steps on the bag himself, and sends it to first base for the out. 6 unassisted, 3 double play, and the inning is over. Leadoff single taken off, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Bowie still leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning in Erie as the Baysox still lead 4-0. Noah Denoyer tries to keep the good times rolling. He's faced 1 over the minimum, just a hit batter. Has not allowed any hits, but hasn't struck anyone out either. He faces Gage Workman to start, right-hander on switch hitter batting lefty. First pitch to Workman is driven high and deep out toward right field, but Watson has a beat on it. He moves over to his right side, slowly pacing, and makes the catch. Pulls it down forehead high, and there's 1 away. Been all contact outs for Denoyer so far, though. That's what's intriguing at the moment. It's been a steady mix as well. In the 6th inning, it was ground out, pop out, fly out. In the 7th, it was line out, fly out, fly out. And now fly out here to open. So the fly outs are taking a bit of a lead. Be on Denoyer to try and keep that from turning into anything. As Wenzel Perez is into the box, first pitch home to the other switch hitter is called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Perez riding a 1-for-3 day, one of only 2 Erie hits this evening. A single in the 3rd inning. He's grounded out twice and watches the next pitch miss up and away. A fastball runs the count even at a ball and a strike. They play him a little bit on the pull side, but nothing really heavy. The 1-1 pitch. Bounced foul off of Perez himself, and the count goes to 1-2. Again, small sample size, but Perez does pull it over half the time here at Double-A. It is just his 8th game, but the numbers are the numbers. Sun still setting slowly here at the ballpark in Erie. You can see some clouds streaked with the remaining sunlight out above, but still plenty of blue taking up most of the space in the sky. As the 1-2 comes in, and it misses inside a fastball. Count runs even at 2. There'll be fireworks later tonight here at UPMC Park. Plenty of fans still sticking around for it. They would nightly run the bases as well. The 2-2 fouled off back to the screen, a breaking ball as the count maintains. Yeah, the Baysox only do it once a week, but Erie has kids run the bases every night of the week. A 2-2 to Perez is grounded slowly to second. Graffinino runs in on it. Ate his wrist a little bit, but he had plenty of time to recover and send it to first easily. 4-3 putout. So just as the flyouts were taking the lead, the groundouts have made a resurgence. Ooh. 2 away here in the 8th inning. Bowie leads 4-0. Of course, I'm just having my fun. Andre Lipsius is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Walked in the full count offering in the 3rd. Denoyer looks for a perfect frame. First pitch. Fastball misses low, and the count starts out at 1-0. But again, Denoyer, the type for long relief, comes in on the back end for pretty much all of Drew Rom's starts at this point. The 1-0 on its way. Fastball blazes through for a called strike on the outer edge. It's 1-1. Denoyer pitched well against Erie his last time, too. 7 strikeouts in 4 scoreless innings, allowed just 1 hit and walked 2 on 52 pitches. Here's a liner right to first. J.D. Mundy picks it, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Noah Denoyer, and we're on to the 9th. Bowie leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. Well, it's a busy day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 17th. Princesses and Pirates Day at the ballpark. Don your shiniest crown, wear your fanciest slippers or your peg leg and your eye patch as Prince George's Stadium transforms into a fun fairy tale castle and a swashbuckling ballpark. It's also Louie's birthday bash. Many of Louie's mascot friends will be on hand to celebrate what should be just a fantastic day at Prince George's Stadium. That's Sunday, July 17th, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame Induction Weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, as always, we're so glad to have you along this evening for Baysox Baseball, and what an evening it's been for the Baysox. As we move on to the 9th inning, Bowie leads Erie 4-0. Matt Sabatis with you. So glad you're here on a beautiful night at UPMC Park in Erie, Pennsylvania. The Seawolves will make a pitching change for the 9th inning as Yaya Shentuf will take over on the mound. I think someone just won the 50-50 drawing in front of us. That's why they're cheering. Shentuf will face off against the top of the Baysox lineup, opening with Hudson Haskin. First pitch, Haskin takes a hard hack, but just gets a foul off into home plate. It's 0-1 to open. Haskin, Prieto, Ortiz due in this half inning. Chavez Fernandez's relief is done. It was a good outing for the right-hander. 2 scoreless innings with 2 hits and a strikeout. That was it. 0-1 on Haskin, riding a 1-for-3 day, and the next pitch is lined to the gap in right center field. This will fall for a hit and roll to the wall. Carpenter picks it up off of a couple of bounces, but Haskin turns the corner at first and motors to second standing. His 11th double of the season, leads off the 9th inning, and it's his second extra base hit of the game. 12th multi-hit game for Hudson Haskin this season. A little bit of opposite field power to boot. Insurance is never a bad thing. That's why there's so many insurance companies. Let's see if Cesar Prieto can drive him in. Prieto riding an 0-for-3 day. Got hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. In danger of losing his 5-game hit streak. Shentuf taking a long time to come set. Now he finally does. Holds at the chest and drops to the waist. First pitch home, Prieto watches breaking ball miss low. It's 1-0 to start. Let's tell you a little bit about Yaya Shentuf, 5'9", 170-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Ocoee, Florida. 36th round draft selection in 2018. Second appearance this series, he's made 22 overall appearances, a 2-1 record, and a 2.51 ERA. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, high fastball, and the count evens at 1 on Cesar Prieto. "36 strikeouts for Shentuf, only 7 walks allowed. He's allowed 3 home runs. Here's the 1-1. Prieto bounces it hard over towards short, waiting on it and taking it low, Gage Workman. He thought about going to third as Haskin sprinted, but could not. Has to go to first base. 6-3 putout, and Prieto is retired. But Haskin moves up. Now all Joey Ortiz needs to do is get it out of the infield, and Bowie would have a 5th run. Now here's Ortiz. RBI single in the 5th. The infield playing in. Shentuf was the winning pitcher 2 nights ago in that 11-inning battle. First pitch. Ortiz watches fastball. Dot the outside corner. It's 0-1. Shentuf came in for the 10th inning. Did not allow an additional base runner to reach. Struck out the last 2 batters he faced in the top of the 11th when Erie would eventually walk off the 0-1. Called a strike on a fastball in at the knees, and Ortiz emphatically shakes his head at that one as he steps out of the back of the box. Does so while staring directly at the umpire. That adds a little bit more clarification to it. Runs the count to 0-2. Next pitch home from Shentuf. Late swing, high fastball fouled off right side as the count remains. And this is the consequence of large strike zones that we've seen before, and I've mentioned it plenty of times, specifically with this crew. I don't like to isolate and single out and pick on specific crews, but this crew has brought up this conversation before. As the 0-2 comes in, Ortiz flares it into left field, falling quickly, but it's caught. Dane Myers makes the catch and rips it back to the infield, making sure Hudson Haskin doesn't even sniff home plate. Ortiz flies out to shallow left, and there's 2 away. Now here's Maverick Handley. So the point I was trying to make, when the zone is so wide like that, and maybe even too low or too high depending, it leads to batters having to protect the zone a lot of times. It may lengthen games in a lot of ways because you're fouling off so many pitches, having to protect the zone. And it doesn't help with offense. Here's Maverick Handley, first pitch, swing and a miss, breaking ball low. It's 0-1 to open. Handley is 0 for 4 on the day, 3 strikeouts. And it just doesn't help the batters that really trust their eyes. And there are so many Bowie batters here that trust their eyes, so it's unfortunate. The 0-1 is grounded under the glove of the pitcher. Waiting on it at second, Luis Carpio. He picks it between the legs and sends to first to end the inning. Leadoff double left stranded at third. But Bowie still leads 4-0 as we move to the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Noah Denoyer trying to log the save when we return. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
We move on to the bottom of the ninth inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Bowie Baysox try to pitch their 6th shutout of the season. They lead Erie 4-0. Noah Denoyer will continue on the mound. If he finishes out this inning, he earns a save. He faces 3, 4, and 5 in the Seawolves lineup to start. First pitch to Kerry Carpenter is swung on and missed. Slider down and away. It's 0-1. Carpenter 0 for 3 on the day, in danger of losing a 6-game hit streak. The 0-1 pitch bounces in, a breaking ball. Count runs to a ball and a strike. After Carpenter, it's Quincy Naporti, then Dane Myers. The 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball over toward third. That's fair. Picked up by J.D. Mundy and stepped on himself. 3 unassisted. And there's 1 away. Well, if Denoyer can finish it out, it'd be his 2nd save of the season and 3rd of his career. But again, it's not one of those saves that really a pitcher like him is concerned about. Just going out and pitching his best possible outing. Quincy Naporti is in. First pitch, the right-hander fouls it off of the catcher's mask. It's 0-1 to open. Naporti 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the 2nd. Flew out to left field in the 6th. He did draw a walk in the 4th inning. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball inside, and it's 0-2. So as things are running right now, Denoyer's ERA just continues to dip further and further. He's all the way down to just 1.76 after that previous out. The 0-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Breaking ball down and away, and Naporti didn't even have time to breathe in that plate appearance before he struck out swinging. That's the first strikeout for Noah Denoyer, if you can believe it, considering he struck out 7 Seawolves in 4 scoreless innings a month ago. But the outs are the outs, and I think Denoyer is fine with that at this moment. Bowie just wants to break this 5-game losing skid. Here's Dane Myers. First pitch. Swung on and missed low. It's 0-1. Myers riding an 0 for 3 day. Strikeout, fly out. He lined out softly to third his last time up. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up inside, and it's 0-2. Well, Denoyer's a man on a mission right now. There's no doubt about that. He's only thrown 1 pitch out of the zone in this inning. And he's trying to strike out back-to-back batters on 3 pitches to finish the game. Myers is in the box. Denoyer sets. The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive, single to right field. Just curled over J.D. Mundy's head and fell in front of Zach Watson. That's only the 3rd hit for the Seawolves today, and the 1st since Wenzel Perez singled with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. So by the skin of his teeth, Dane Myers extends his hit streak to 6 consecutive games. And now Dylan Dingler representing what remains of Erie's hope. Bowie does have a right-hander, or check that, a left-hander, tossing in the bullpen at the moment. First pitch to Dingler, misses high, a breaking ball. It's 1-0 to start. I would imagine that to be Easton Lucas. And I would be correct. Dingler, an 0 for 2 day, got hit by a pitch his last time up. The 1-0. Popped up, left side, out toward foul ground. Who's making the call? It's Prieto, it's Ortiz. Ortiz makes the catch, and the game is over. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A spectacular showing this evening for their 6th shutout of the season. Your final tonight, Bowie 4, Erie nothing. We'll step aside, be back in just a little bit, and get you started with Baysox postgame. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Sabatis.
Well, a reaffirming win this evening for the Bowie Baysox as we get rolling with Baysox postgame here from UPMC Park in Erie. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark just in the northwest corner of Pennsylvania. A 4-0 shutout win for Bowie, their 6th shutout win of the season as they take down the Seawolves and finally break out of their 5-game losing skid. We've got plenty to come here on this edition of the program. We'll recap this game, look around the Eastern League, see how this loss for Erie might affect their playoff chances, and obviously a loss for the Seawolves does affect it a lot, and then we'll look at the Orioles organization as well. But first we recap. We've got some good highlights to give you for this fun little game that Bowie put together. We go all the way back in time to the faraway land of 6:37 p.m. when first pitch came home from Reese Olson to Hudson Haskin. Now, it was a ball that missed high. The next pitch, however, was a ball sent high. 1-0 pitch to Haskin. This one driven high and deep to left. Myers stops at the wall. He looks up, and it's gone. Hudson Haskin says goodbye. His 8th home run of the season is a leadoff shot, and Bowie's up 1-0 in the first. 26th RBI of the year for Huddy, and it was the 4th time this year already, so half of his home runs. 4th time this year that he has hit a home run to lead off in innings. Something about it works for him. But the Baysox would go down in order after that and send it on to the bottom of the first, in which it would be Drew Rahm's turn to try and keep it a little bit cleaner. He did. All 3 batters grounded out to second base, and the inning was over. In the second, Bowie got a leadoff double from Adam Hall, and he went to second base on a throwing error by the catcher trying to pick him off, but he got thrown out going home. After Andrew Dashbach struck out swinging, Zach Watson grounded out to the shortstop. The throw went home, and Hall was taken out. Bowie couldn't get anything with that leadoff runner at third base. Very unfortunate, but they still led 1-0. And in the bottom of the second, Drew Rom made sure that they would still lead 1-0. Dingler's been on an interesting run this season. His strikeout numbers have been tough to swallow. He's at 80 as the 2-2 comes in, make it 81. Swung on and missed high for strike 3. Drew Rom strikes out the side here in the bottom of the second. Rom would eventually finish with a lot more strikeouts, so just stick around for that. Because as we moved on to the top of the third, the Baysox did go down in order, including the 4th strikeout from Reese Olson. But in the bottom of the third, Rom ran into some trouble. He had trouble in the 3rd inning in his last start. This time through, it was the same case. He gave up a 1-out single to Luis Carpio, but after striking out Gage Workman for the 2nd out, he gave up another single to Wenzel Perez and walked Andre Lipsius to load the bases. Very tough opportunity with Kerry Carpenter at the plate. He has one of only 2 grand slams for Erie this season, and of course, he's the league's leading home run man. You've got to pitch him carefully, but you've got to be aggressive. Rom was aggressive. Bases loaded, 2 away in the bottom of the third. Another 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Carpenter tried to check his swing, and a curveball way too far outside, and the umpire let him know right away. It's the 6th strikeout for Drew Rom, and it strands the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third. Rom kept working from there, and fortunately, the Baysox offense was finally able to crack through, because as we moved into the top of the 4th, Bowie did strike out early to open. Joey Ortiz and Maverick Hanley both went down swinging, but Adam Hall picked up another double, this one to right field, and Andrew Dashbach drew a walk. That one wasn't as important. What was important to follow was Zach Watson picking up another hit. Fires the 2-2, and it swung on in line, softly to left, down for a base hit. Hall gets the go sign from Kyle Moore. The throw comes in, and it's late. RBI single for Zach Watson. He does it again. Bowie leads 2-0 here in the top of the 4th. 3rd consecutive game that Watson has driven in a run for the Baysox, and that sent us on to the bottom of the 4th after J.D. Mundy would fly out. Rom walked the leadoff batter, but fortunately a fielder's choice eliminated him from trying to get to second, and he would only allow one more base runner. That was the runner on the fielder's choice. Got 2 flyouts, and the inning was over. In the top of the 5th, Olson finally started to deteriorate. Walked the leadoff batter on 4 pitches, then a full pitch walk to Hudson Haskin. Cesar Prieto then got hit by a pitch. The bases were loaded with nobody out, and Joey Ortiz due up. The infield played in, and while Ortiz did hit it onto the ground, he hit it just right, a Goldilocks hit. Olson sends home the 1-0, and it's grounded hard over the leaping grab of the 3rd baseman. Everyone's going to be safe. The run scores as Ortiz gets it in with the Baltimore chop. It's 3-0. That would knock Reese Olson out of the game. Billy Lesher would come in out of the bullpen after Olson allowed those 4 base runners, and then struck out 2 straight batters. The bases were still loaded, but Bowie couldn't get it out of the infield to at least bring home another run. And then when Andrew Dashbach stepped in, it looked like we might be in a bit of trouble after he fell behind 0-1 to start, but Lesher then just lost control of a single pitch, and it changed everything. The 0-1 pitch. Dashbach takes it on the arm. A run will score. The hit by pitch got his tricep. Not the prettiest way to drive in a run, but he did. Bowie leads 4-0. I mean, hey, a run's a run. J.D. Mundy would fly out to left field while the bases were, Zach Watson would strike out swinging. I was looking at the last half inning. Zach Watson would strike out swinging to end the inning and still strand the bases loaded, but at least Bowie got 2 runs across from the scenario to make sure that they led 4-0. And that was enough for Drew Rom to put together a perfect 5th inning with his 7th strikeout of the season to cap off what was a winning effort in his longest scoreless outing since April 14th. In the 6th, still against Billy Lesher, the Baysox did get a 1-out single from A.J. Graffinino when he stole second base, but he was left stranded at second. In the bottom of the 6th, it was on to Noah Denoyer. He's always come in after Rom starts, and he's always been great this season. You can't not like when Noah Denoyer is pitching. 3 up, 3 down went the Seawolves in the 6th, and in the 7th, Bowie could only get a measly infield single with 2 outs against new pitcher Chavez Fernander. Not much to say after that. After the stretch, it was another scoreless frame from Denoyer. He did hit a batter, but left him stranded at first, and the game was on to the 8th. Zach Watson led off with a single to left field, but was taken out on a double play, grounded into by A.J. Graffinino, and Fernander faced the minimum. And in the bottom of the 8th, it was back to Denoyer, 3 up, 3 down, a fly out, a ground out, and a line out. In the top of the 9th against Yaya Shentuv, the winning pitcher in the 11-inning walk-off loss for Bowie 2 nights ago, Shentuv gave up a double to Hudson Haskin to open up the frame, and Haskin moved to third on a ground out to immediately follow, but a shallow fly out from Joey Ortiz kept him at third, and a ground out to second by Maverick Handley ended the inning before Bowie could add on the insurance. Fortunately, the insurance was unnecessary. Kerry Carpenter grounded out to open the 9th inning, and Quincy Naporti struck out. Noah Denoyer allowed his only base hit of the day when Dane Myers singled to right field with 2 outs, but with Dylan Dingler up, all Denoyer had to do was put him down, and the game would be over. He did just that. The 1-0. Popped up. Left side, out toward foul ground. Who's making the call? It's Prieto, it's Ortiz. Ortiz makes the catch, and the game is over. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A spectacular showing this evening for their 6th shutout of the season. Your final tonight, Bowie 4, Erie nothing. So your full box score, Bowie scores 4 runs on 9 hits with no errors. They left on 9. The Seawolves score nothing on 3 hits with 1 error. They left on 6. Drew Rom is the winning pitcher. He moves to 3-1 on the season. Reese Olson, the losing pitcher, he falls to 4-4. Noah Denoyer, the save. It's his 2nd of the year, as the game was played in 2 hours and 34 minutes in front of a paid attendance at UPMC Park in Erie of 3,901. With the win, the Baysox move to 26-41 on the season. Their 5-game losing streak is over, as Bowie is now 12-22 on the road. With the loss, the Seawolves fall to 38-29 on the year. Their 5-game winning streak is over, as Erie falls to 21-10 when playing in front of the home crowds here at UPMC Park. Two sides are back at it again, of course, tomorrow. It'll be a 6:05 first pitch. We'll preview that game more in depth in a little bit, but we'll step aside for now, and we've got some scoreboards to watch in our next segment. See how this one impacts Erie's opportunity at the playoffs in a second. As we continue with Baysox postgame soon, Erie falls to Bowie 4-0 today, a big win for the Baysox. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's 2 of the largest fireworks shows of the season, all a part of the Baysox Independence Day weekend celebration. On Saturday, it's the post-game spectacular, sponsored by Royal Farms, and on Sunday, it's the Baysox Independence Day celebration with the biggest fireworks show of the season, sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. 2 straight days of post-game fireworks at Prince George's Stadium, and you don't want to miss it, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back to UPMC Park here one final time on this wonderful Friday evening. A 4-0 Bowie win, their 6th shutout win of the season, as they take down the Erie Seawolves to break out of their 5-game losing skid. Let's take this time to look around the rest of the Eastern League and see how the other teams have fared. It's a tough day for Erie when it comes to their hunt for the playoffs. They came into today's game tied for second, only 1 game out of first place with 2 games remaining to play. The team ahead of them, Akron, and the team tied with them, Richmond. The Richmond Flying Squirrels took down Portland today 6-1, nearly had a no-hitter going. The run wasn't even scored with a hit. It was a no-hitter into the 6th, but Portland would get 2 hits over the final 4 innings. Richmond still picking up the win, however, meaning Erie will fall into a sole third-place position, no matter how the day ends up. And the other game in action in the Southwest Division, a part of this playoff race, is even more dire for the Seawolves, as Akron currently leads Harrisburg 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th over at Canal Park. So if Akron can pick up those final 3 outs in the top of the 9th, they will have eliminated the Seawolves, because at the best, Erie could win the final 2 games of the year, while Akron and Richmond could both lose the final 2 games of the first half, and that would leave Erie tied with Akron, but Erie does not hold the tiebreaker against Akron. Akron holds the tiebreaker. So if Akron wins, Erie will be eliminated. Very tough scenario for them. Still possible, but very, very tough. Around the rest of the Eastern League, there is one other game in final, and it's Binghamton. They shut out the Reading Fightin' Phils on 6 hits today, 2-0 the score there at Marabito Stadium. And then 2 games in action, a back-and-forth affair at Delta Dental Stadium between New Hampshire and Altoona. Right now it's the Fisher Cats ahead 6-5 after 6 innings over in Manchester. Forgetting the city's name for a second there. And then the most notable series in the Northeast Division, Hartford and Somerset, both tied for first place. The only 2 teams in the hunt for the Northeast Division's playoff berth in the first half. It's currently Hartford, 5-2 in the bottom of the 9th over at TD Bank Ballpark in New Jersey. So they could take the 1-game lead and potentially set themselves up for a clinching game tomorrow. Boy, would that be something. Around the Orioles organization, the rest of the org is still in action. Aberdeen currently shutting out Wilmington right now, 4-0 after 8 innings. They just need 3 more outs to pick up their 44th win of the season. Delmarva, the low-A squad, currently trailing Lynchburg 5-2. They're in the top of the 8th there as Lynchburg is piling on a couple of runs. And Norfolk is building a coalition of runs against the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs right now. After holding a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 6th, Lehigh Valley tied the game, and then Norfolk is currently in the midst of a 4-run 7th inning. They still have the bases loaded and only 1 out, so an opportunity for Norfolk to really put that one away. But again, the score we care about most on this production, as always, is that of Bowie's, and they shut out the Erie Seawolves today, 4-0, their 6th shutout win of the season. 2 sides are back at it again tomorrow as Zach Peak gets the start for the Baysox, an 0-2 record with a 3.11 ERA. Chance Kirby will start for Erie, a 6-2 mark for the right-hander, and one of the best ERAs in the league, 2.14. It's a 6:05 first pitch here from UPMC Park, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 5:45. For now, though, we say so long. Matt Zabata saying thank you for stopping by as Bowie bests Erie tonight, 4-0. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.